you'd accept him, that works with me. You can start. Your character's like Oden, right?
What's the topic?
What do you mean? We've already agreed to a topic. Are you like retarded?
No, we agreed on like some shit earlier. What
No, I definitely asked you. I fluently remember, right? Me telling you, do you think that Oden beats Flamingo? And you said yes. And I responded to you by saying you can run that.
Let me clarify to make sure. Are you talking about some Dressrosa do Flamingo?
What other version of Doflamingo would I be speaking on?
No, people hypothesize shit. I'm not trying to do that. But okay, are you talking about Dressrosa do Flamingo?
What do you mean people hypothesize and you're trying to do that?
Bro, what?
That's what you said. You said you're not trying to
I
do
know,
that. What do you
nigga.
mean?
I know what I said. Wait, I mean this with no offense. Can you answer the question I'm asking without just asking a different question? Do you
Yeah,
mean
there's a lot of
Dressrosa
possibility
do
in which I answer
Flamingo?
your question. I don't believe it to be the case that I'm obligated with doing so, buddy.
Bro, he's literally being a tard about which character version he's using. Like I don't.
No, I'm not.
You just answer a yes or no. Like why are you being weird?
Again, I'm trying to see what you're saying because I don't believe it to be the case
Bro,
that
I'm
there's
just asking
distinctions
Dresser.
between
Bro,
Doflamingo.
just
To
answer
me,
the
Doflamingo
question.
just is Doflamingo. What are
Yeah,
you talking about?
that wasn't helpful at all. So, are you just talking about the one from Dressrosa? Just to be clear.
I'm not going to limit myself to any specific set of source material. I'm just going to use Doflamingo from One Piece.
Okay, sure, that's an answer. Fine. Yeah, I'll still take Oda.
Okay, you cool with like manga only, data books, SBS?
Sure.
Hello?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Any character with intent to kill?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh shit, my son Blue Marvel in this bitch. Hey.
Blue Marvel's like beating you multiple times. Anyway.
Hey, Red Marvel, what's up, gang? What's up, gang?
Don't make me post the results. Stop.
My son Red Marvel, I love it. All right.
Again, he's beaten you more than once. It's crazy, but
He's
all right,
never
anyway.
beat me. His dick must taste good though. It must be delicious. You eating that shit up. Okay, anyway.
I'm eating it up. Why am I eating it up? I have no reason to
Bro,
eat it up.
no, I'm not
We
gonna
have
do
like
like the
a
low
mutual
tier
understanding where
critique.
we've bumped heads
Bro,
multiple times. I don't favor Blue Marvel. It's just
bro,
not following.
please, his meat can't be that good. But
His
yeah,
meat
back
be
to it
can't be
though.
that good. Well, how are you gonna talk about meat riding? You
Bro,
meat ride D1 every day of your life, and that nigga's horrible at debate.
damn, for
Please
real,
kill
dude. No,
yourself.
I don't.
Let's stay
Please
on
stop.
topic, guys.
Please stop. Yeah, try to be relevant too. Anyway.
Look in general.
Anyway.
Let's stay muted up if we're not in the debate, please. Thank you.
All right, my bad. That was my fault saying that.
Hey, let me get a bacon egg and cheese. Nah, play. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to start or you want me to start?
You should start.
This is gonna be. I'm gonna slow the shit out of him. Okay, you know Kozuki was able to damage and compete with Oden. Like, he was able to compete with
Kozuki was
Kaido.
able to compete with Oden. Is that what you
Yeah,
just said?
I just clarified. I made it was a misspeak. It was with.
So you misspoke with your first argument in the debate.
Is he retarded? It's called misspeaking. People misspeak, right? Try to keep
Yes, I
up.
asked
I
you that.
said
You
I
responded to me, but
clarified.
my question,
Wait,
if I'm retarded or
retard.
not, doesn't respond to what I said. Ask me the question.
I clarified and said Kaido, retard. Keep up. So yeah, he was able to
Keep up.
keep up
No,
with
I didn't. I'm
Kaido.
not denouncing that occurred. I'm merely asking you a
Bro,
question on
he's
whether or not
bro,
you
Sage, he's
misspoke
meta
with the first
debating on a
argument.
misspeak. Like, is he this retarded?
Why does that
Can we
necessitate me being
actually just
retarded? Can you
respond to
fulfill
the
that
argument?
with some proof, please?
Bro, he's retarded.
Again, that's
Okay,
begging the
anyway,
question. You've already said I'm retarded, but I put that
Odin
into question.
was
You're
able to
repeating yourself.
damage and keep up with Kaido. That's my argument. It was a misspeak. It's okay. People misspeak at times. Okay.
Why is that true?
Bro,
is there an equally likely
this
possibility in
dude
which
is a
it's untrue?
loser. What the fuck?
Okay, I don't believe it to be the
Sage,
case that you calling me a loser suffices as evidence for your previous claim. It could be the case that
keep
I'm a
him
loser and it's
bro, he's
synonymous with you not
retarded.
fulfilling your claim.
He's retarded.
It seems to be mutually exclusive. It could be the case that Mortified's a
Sage,
loser, but I still beat you in the debate.
bro,
It could be the case that Mortified's a
keep him
loser
on
and you still
topic.
aren't
He's
proving your
actually
claim.
trying to meta debate on us.
Geass. So I'm just gonna let you know you're gonna have to be very particular about what you say.
No. He's literally trying to meta debate on
this is
like
I'm not, bro. Like this
ahead.
is just what you sign up for whenever you debate more.
No,
I will keep it on
that
track
is
if it
not-
becomes like too
Bro.
if it becomes too much of a non sequitur.
I mean,
like
if you want to concede more than
dialectic
what
counter
Bro,
judges
he's
judges,
do is called.
meta
then
debating
we'll
on
cut it
okay,
off.
okay,
But
wait. He's meta debating
yeah,
on stuff that isn't my argument, right? I don't give a fuck about
yeah.
the other stuff. It's silly that you're trying to argue on a misspeak. I'm telling you what I mean, and you address the argument.
I don't think I'm obligated with doing that simply because you desire it to function in that matter. I think it's a free country and I'm allowed to do whatever I want, right? So I'm not
No, okay, so
obligated with
you
like
don't have to
being
address the
subjected to your
argument.
sort
That
of
means
debate
he
style. I can act in any facet that I choose to. There's no prerequisite saying otherwise, so I will function the debate in this manner. Yes.
okay, so you're retarded. Okay. He was able to keep up again with Kaido and was able to damage him, leaving the biggest or that big scar on his chest, right?
Again, you're like
Uh
shotgunning me, right? You haven't proven the first like
huh?
position, right? You're shotgunning me, right? I don't care about this scar point. I'm gonna dismiss that via shotgun fallacy. I put into question the first claim. I never agreed to what you're saying to be the case. I already asked you, how do we know that's true? And you're going on to some following
Oh,
point, and
you
I've
want
never agreed to the
this?
first one. So we're
Okay, I
gonna
didn't.
refrain from shotgunning me, please.
Yeah, I didn't hear that, but I can grab the scan. 1 second.
You prove you're gonna take 1 second. That's another claim.
Who's winning? Literally.
Mortified level debating. Mortified level debating.
I mean,
All
you
right,
can
cool.
say
Let's go.
whatever you want, but if it's the case that I win, then it would just be the case that you lost to someone you called a loser with the shitty debate style. But that's on you. Who's winning?
You nigga,
It has nothing.
obviously.
It's just dark. Wait, why do you uphold the belief that you're winning already? You made a claim and I put it into question, and it
Scan
hasn't been fulfilled
chat.
with any sort of extrapolated likelihood. So why do you
Yo,
uphold the
I
belief that you're winning
can't
the
post
debate?
in the scan chat. Can I get perms there, please? Thank
I
you.
got you. Yeah, I'll give you perms.
Not only that,
Bet,
but
bet.
you misspoke with your very first argument, but you're totally winning though.
He's sped. He can't
You
understand
should be
people
able to
can
post it
misspeak.
there now.
Uh,
Can you prove that claim? Can you prove it to be the case that I don't understand people misspeaking? Go ahead.
mm,
Are you going to drop that claim or what?
Mort
I don't
slamming, Mort
meta debate
slamming.
with low
He
tier,
asked you.
low IQ fucking baboons, bitch. Anyway,
That's
let's
another
get
claim. Can
to
you
it.
prove it to be the case that
The
you don't meta debate with
Paradise
low tier baboons?
Totska. Wait, please stop. You're aping out, nigga.
I mean,
Uh,
you
okay,
shotgun me
so
though. You just made 2 points, and I'm
he
allowed to
hits
put
him
them
in
in
the
question.
chest. He shut up, bitch. He hits him in the chest with this Paradise Totska, and that's the
No,
claim, which
I'm
was
not
to
going to
say he was a.
respond to that because
Wait,
you
that let
shotgun
me
me. Right? You made two other
bro.
positive
Let me finish.
assertions post that.
Bro, let
You
me
just need to be more
finish.
careful with
Bro,
what you're
he's cutting
saying.
me off, so I can't even
Um,
finish the argument, my nigga. Like, are you guys gonna moderate,
well,
please?
I'm
Thank you.
pointing out that you shotgun me, bro.
Yeah, he's
You made three
literally cutting
claims
me
now.
off, so I can't finish the argument. Like, is this
So
like what the
what?
server
Get
does?
more. Go. Let him let him make the first point, and then just address it point by point.
Yeah, wait, and to be clear, I didn't make arguments. I just made one argument that he kept up with him and was able to damage him using with this scar on his chest, right? So here's the example,
Yeah.
right, where
Yeah.
his AP matches Kaido, right? And so I'm showing that he had the speed and AP to be able to tag and leave this permanent scar on his chest. That was my actual argument. The rest of that's just me telling you why you're not actually focusing. That's not an argument in the debate.
Wait, how
Okay,
is it not
bet.
an argument in the debate? That's another claim in itself to say it's not an argument in the debate. Can you prove it to be the case that it's
Huh?
not an
It's
argument in the
not
debate?
affirming my position. Yeah, it's not affirming my position. My position is that
Why
my
is it not?
character beats your. Wait, can I finish, or do you know how to not cut people
Are
off?
you not
Thanks.
allowed to have multiple
Oh,
positions?
bro, can he like stop just cutting me off? Like I know he's doing the sped like meta debate shit, but my actual position I clarified was that my character, fucking Odin beats your character. Okay. That's the debate
That's the
position. Anything outside of that is not an actual debate position, right? Those aren't arguments that prove my position. I'm simply making comments, right? And I'm telling you those are just comments. So, can you respond to the actual argument, please? Thank you.
yeah, I think that there's a possible one in which I respond to your argument, but I don't have an obligation in doing so. So to answer that question, I think yes, I can. There's a possibility in which I do. There's no logical contradiction in occurring.
I wasn't using that's not the motoscope I was using, retard. I was simply saying
How I know that?
in reality, you don't have to know, but you assumed it was one it wasn't, right? You're just wrong. So in the debate, right, I'm saying, do you have the physical ability and are you going to do this thing, right? I'm not using a modal scope of a logical possibility. Wrong scope, retard. So let me just grab the scan. where your character, and I can downscale your character below this feat.
But if you need to prove what you said to be true, because it's the wrong scope. You just expressed your belief. I don't think you've established
Hmm?
it. You see why we were saying
It's
it's true.
analytically true. It's analytically true. The meaning of the words I'm giving are the analytics of the words I'm using. Like what?
So can is not entailment of possibility. Don't look up the definition of can.
It's an analytic use, and
Because if
I'm
I
the
say that
speaker.
I can
Wait. Can I finish what you
climb a
asked me a
fence,
question, then like just talk to yourself? Do you usually do that? Like I'm saying, and in the way I'm using it and the scope I'm using it is not a logical possibility, right? I'm not using it in the logical modal scope. So when you say what you're saying, that's just not the meaning I'm purporting, right? Very simple.
again,
That's how
that's a
words
claim
work.
in
It's called
itself.
an wait, let me finish. It's called an analytic meaning. Very simple.
Again, that's a claim,
Mm-mm-mm.
right? You're expressing your belief. I don't think you've established anything by uttering things out of your mouth.
That's what analytic mean. Do you know what? Do you know what an analytic truth is?
I think it's a possibility in which I know what it is.
I didn't ask if it's possible. I asked, do you in reality, dumbass? Why do you keep just like spamming the word possibility?
I'm not sure I have to tell you why I'm spamming it. You could also prove it to be the case that I'm spamming it if you'd like.
Yeah, no, that's why I
Um,
asked you to bypass that. But if you don't know, I'll just educate you, right? So when I say analytically true, it means true in virtue of the meaning of the words, right? Words have meaning because words are true simply because of the meaning of the contents of their words. That's all it is, right? Mm-mm.
so I still think you're expressing your belief in saying that this is what you meant to say when you use the word
That's
can, but I don't
he's
see where
so
that's
dumb.
necessarily a contradiction or an impossibility towards it being something else, which would be possibility.
That's literally.
Is it
I just
impossible
explained
for you
this.
to have
I'm
meant
gonna
it?
try. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, is it impossible for you to have used it incorrectly?
There's no incorrect use of words. There's only, again, there's analytic meaning. That's it, right? There's no
Well,
incorrect use
then,
of words.
what incorrect we would mean in a different meaning then.
That's not, and there's the meaning that's given by the speaker, right? That's all I'm saying. I'm giving the analytic truth of the words I am saying. I've said this like 4 times. You're just slow.
Yeah, but how do we know that's actually what you meant after you saying it? It could be the case that you're just saying
Huh?
that for your convenience sake.
Yeah, you're just
It
saying,
could be the
how do we
case that you're
know the
just saying that
meaning?
for your
Uh,
convenience.
wait, okay, wait.
Yeah, yeah,
You're
because you
just
could
saying,
be
how do we
saying
know?
something.
Wait, stop.
Yeah,
How
so
do you,
I'm like,
wait, can I respond to the question? Why are you asking questions and talking to yourself? Okay,
I don't know if I'm
so
talking to
you're
myself,
asking,
but okay. Sure.
you're doing like the speed mon shit where you just like talk hella fast and like swallow your own spit. Be quiet. So it's very clear that when we don't assess the meaning of words to speakers, how do we know when you just spoke, you didn't actually mean I can see the debate?
How do we know? Is that what you said?
Yeah, how do we know that? Yeah, how do we know what you actually meant wasn't I can see the debate?
So I'm not denying that words have like these quote unquote analytical meanings. I'm just saying that there is an equally likely possibility in which you use the word in a different manner and you're really
Oh my God, he's
changing
retarded.
what your meaning behind it was for your convenience sake, right? Because when you say that can you get the mailbox for me, right? Or open the mailbox for me, excuse me, right? Let's say some father's asking their son that, right? It could be the case that they're entailing that they would like their son to perform a task for them. However, there's no logical contradiction in him asking if it's possible for him to do that. So that's what I wanted clarification on. I don't think you provided sufficient clarification by
Right,
expressing your belief and saying that,
bro.
oh, that's what I meant or that's what it was.
He's
Understand?
retarded. We already know. Oh my God, you retard. We already know that's what you meant. You're just repeating your position. I know when you say the meaning of my words could mean something I'm not actually saying. You're saying that, right? It's very simple. Shitty argument.
Yeah, so why do I have to
I'm telling
accept
you,
your
if I
testimony as
wait,
true?
retard. I'm giving you the explanation. Be quiet, right? So you're simply saying that, okay? I'm telling you, if you don't give the speaker, right, the meaning behind a word, then how do I not know? And I can just question equally when you say whatever argument you just gave, you didn't actually mean I can see the debate. You're granting it. You're necessarily granting this proposition is true, dumbass.
No, I think that that's like a false equivalence, right? Because we're talking about
Oh my
words that
God.
wouldn't have similar meanings to other possible meanings, but can equally likely can be referring to physical possibility
Any
or a favor being performed, right?
yeah, any word. No.
So
Any
I don't
word
think
can
those two
mean
things are like one on one synonymous,
yeah,
right?
any word can mean whatever you say it means, right? If I say goo goo gaga, that can mean I win the debate. I'm axiomatic, right? doesn't mean anything unless the speaker has meaning. So you're granting that. Just telling me, well, what you said could actually mean something different than what you said in the low tier shitty argument you just gave. You don't even grant that for your own position, right? It's a performative contradiction. If that were true, how do I know what you just said doesn't mean I can see the debate? You can't prove that. There's no way to disprove that. You're necessarily
Again, like
granting
that's
that
not really the
proposition,
comparison
dumbass.
I'm making. That's not
Doesn't
exactly the
matter what.
comparison I'm making, right?
He's
Because
so stupid.
you would be like baselessly drawing the conclusion that something that entirely doesn't mean X could mean X based off of your possibility. And that's
No,
not what
no,
I'm
that's
doing.
not what I'm.
There
That's
is a
not what I'm saying, you
feasible
idiot.
outlook for someone using the word can in two different specific manners, right?
Any
So I'm
word
just
can be
saying, well,
used
how
in
do we know
any
that you meant
infinite
this way and
ways.
not the
Any
other way?
word, wait, no. Any word can be used infinitely with infinite meaning. You dumbass.
I mean, I don't know that to be true,
What's
but
the contradiction? What's the
I
contradiction, bro?
think that I don't think I'm obligated with providing you a contradiction. I just
Okay,
said that I
well
don't
then
know
the
it to be true.
okay,
Mortified
yeah,
expressing
then
his
the
belief. Why are you cutting
proposition,
me off? Can you not cut me off? Can you not
bro.
cut me off? Can
I
you
was
not cut me
asking
off?
him a
Can you not cut
question
me
so I
off?
can.
Can you
I
not
was
cut me
asking him.
off? Can
I
you
was
not cut me
asking you.
off?
Wait,
Can you
retard.
not
I
cut
was
me
asking
off?
you a
Can you not
question.
cut me
Yeah,
off?
yeah.
Can you not cut me
I was
off? Can you not cut me off?
no.
Can
I
you
was
not cut me
asking him
off?
a
Can you not
question
cut
so
me
I
off?
could
Can you
finish the
not cut me
argument.
off? Can you not cut me off?
Hey, Sage,
Can you not cut me off?
spazzing. You're monkey spazzing. You're monkey
Bro,
spazzing.
Sage, where are you?
You're cutting me off though.
I asked you a question so I could finish the
Can
argument,
you
not
just
so you
not cut
could
me off?
schizo babble.
Yeah, but how would I know that to
Okay.
be true? It's an expression of your
What
belief.
was
How would I know
hold
your
on,
What?
intention
pause really
behind
quick.
your actions?
Yo,
That's
Bro,
very
I
vague.
asked him.
pause really quick. Yo, Geass, what question? Finish your question. Question you asked.
Yeah, what I said was words can have infinite meaning. He said, "Well, I don't know if that's true."
Mhm.
And the thing I asked him was, well, sorry, I asked him, can words not have infinite meaning? Right? He said, "I don't know if that's true." That's fine. I'm only asking so I can finish the argument. That's it.
No, he didn't put it forward as a question. You could check the recording. Yes made the claim that words have an infinite meaning. He didn't say that they could, right? Which is a potentiality,
No,
appealing to
no. I'm sorry. I
possibility.
asked you, what's
Rather,
the
he literally is
contradiction?
claiming it
My
is to
bad.
be the case. Yeah, you said
I
it
Yeah,
is.
asked
It
him,
yeah.
is.
what's the
Yes,
He
contradiction?
asked
My
no,
bad.
you said it is.
he asked
You
where
said
the
it is.
contradiction was, and then said that
Yeah, my
words can
bad.
be used
I
in an
mixed
infinite
them.
amount of ways.
I'm mixed up
Yeah,
Yeah.
my
again.
bad.
Yeah, you just have horrible fucking rhetoric, bro. It's fucking bad. Oh my
No,
god,
no.
bro. Please
But
get better,
hold
dude.
on, hold on. Wait,
Fuck
I
you,
did
dude. This is
ask
the
him a
second time
question.
you couldn't
Well,
No, I
formulate your
did.
words
yeah,
properly.
pause.
I did
Yeah,
ask him a question. The
yes, you
retard
did
just
ask a
can't monkey
question.
down.
You asked where the contradiction is. He said he doesn't feel like he's burdened with that.
No, no,
And
no,
then
Sage.
Yeah,
I'm
he
not
that was
said,
his
denying that he
answer.
asked that question.
Yeah,
Okay, Sage.
exactly.
I'm
I
not.
only
I'm
asked
saying that
him,
before that. Hold on, wait. I'm saying that
bro.
before that, he
What?
asserted that there
One at a
is an
time,
infinite amount of
children.
definitions for
yeah, one
words,
at a time.
right? And then he said, "What's the contradiction?" And then I told him that. Well, 'cause he said there's an infinite amount of words, uses for words. Excuse me. And I said I don't know that to be true.
Oh, W
Mortified
fuck up,
saying that he
retard.
doesn't know it to be true isn't the same thing as Mortified positing what he's saying to be falsified by any means. I'm not saying that what he's putting
Yeah, it was
forward
an
is
expression
untrue.
of your
I'm
belief.
just being
Yeah.
agnostic. And I was saying that I don't know
That's
it to be true.
great, you
My
retard.
intelligence on the matter
What?
does not validate or invalidate the matter itself. It's completely irrelevant, right?
Is
Then
he
he tried to say, "Oh,
retarded?
what's the contradiction?" Okay, so him telling me what's the contradiction, then I respond to that by saying, I don't believe to be the case that I'm obligated with answering that question because I didn't
That's
say that
great.
what
If
he's
he's
saying is
not
untrue.
answering the question, can I finish my argument now?
Yeah,
Like,
you
thank
can.
you
Yeah, you
for
can. You
not
can move forward
answering,
with your
retard.
argument. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Holy shit. So thank you for that great response, fucktard, mortified. Like I'm trying to tell you very simply, if there's no contradiction, then there can't any word can mean an infinite number of things. There's no specific percentage you can associate to it, right?
How do we
It's
know there's no
very simple.
contradiction? How do we know there's no
Huh?
contradiction? How do we
Wait,
know
no, no,
there's
no.
not a contradiction?
Oh, because oh, sorry. Can you propose the proposition there is an infinite number of uses for the meaning of words?
I'm agnostic. I'm not sure. You're asking, do I know or can I know? I'm
Yeah,
not
so
sure.
if I give the syllogism, if no contradiction arises from me giving the syllogism, then it's called a non-contradictory proposition, okay? As long as the syllogism follows logically, then it's not a contradiction and follows without issue. It's a valid
But why is
syllogism,
that
okay?
true? If it's the case that you provide a
What?
syllogism without
Are you
yourself
retarded?
providing a contradiction, that means that there's a lack of a
Yeah,
contradiction,
if the
feasibly?
syllogism follows without error,
So there's
yes, there's no contradiction. That's what it means to have a syllogism follow, you fucktard. Are you stupid?
so there's no possibility in which the syllogism is
What?
untrue. Is that an impossibility?
There's no if it follows validly, no, you fucking moron.
Why? What?
He's so stupid. I don't know what to say. That's what it means for a syllogism to be valid, you fucking idiot.
That's just like going circular. I haven't
What?
accepted that. You
Oh,
haven't proven that.
Oh my god,
right?
he's
I
retarded.
asked you what it means, and then you just responded by saying that's just what it means. I don't think that's a
Yeah,
sufficient
what are you
response.
asking me? What a valid syllogism is?
No, I'm asking you why your definition of it is true and why there's not a
My
logical
definition
possibility
of
in
what
which
is
it's
true.
untrue.
My
What you
definition
just
of
said.
what is true.
What you just
Yeah, I
said.
said multiple things. Which thing?
It'll be the most recent before
No.
you started
In the
speaking
last
again.
thing I just said, I had multiple points that could or could not be true. Which one of them?
Okay, so you would agree that there's multiple points that you put out that could just be untrue. That's all I need. It could just be the case that the point you put out was just untrue.
It's called
There you go.
it's called a statement with content, right? Which one of the pieces of content are you saying is untrue
Well, I didn't
or could
claim
be
anything to
untrue?
be untrue. I said that there's a
It could be
possibility which is
untrue.
untrue, via it not being impossible. Okay, and you were talking about whether or not your syllogism is going to be valid, but I actually questioned that and I accepted that. Okay, once again.
Okay, wait. You just saying a syllogism could be valid. Let me give you an example. So if I prove through a what's called a mathematical proof, 2 + 2 is 4. You're just saying, well, uh, the proof could be wrong. All you have to do is verify the proof, right? If you just say, well, with verification, it still could be wrong. That's called a contradiction. That's obviously not true. You're just being a dumbass at very low tier. Okay, you're doing your doffy impression. It sucks.
But I haven't like accepted any of that. Right? So,
Thank you.
um,
Thank you. I'll mute now.
yeah,
I
I
don't
haven't
care
like.
what you accept. It's analytically true. It's in the definition. If you have a valid syllogism that follows, right, then it isn't. There's no issue with it. Okay. You just repeating, well, even if it's valid, it could possibly be invalid. No, it's
That's
analytically
not what I
true. It's
said.
by the meaning of the word.
That's not
No,
what I
you
said.
are. No, that's what you think you aren't saying. That is actually what you're saying, though.
Can you prove it to be the case? That's what I said.
No, it's the meaning of what you're saying. I've explained at length.
I think
Can we
that's
get
hedging. I
judgment
think
on?
you're hedging.
Can
I
we
think
get?
you're
Can
hedging
we
your
get
position.
judgment? Can we get judgment on this point? He's just a very low tier debater. I don't have time for this fucking idiot. You're a waste of air, nigga. You suck.
I think you're hedging right now. You just like hedged. You just like changed what you said.
You're a dumbass.
That's another claim.
Do you guys really need judgment on this
I don't
point
think this
that
point is
doesn't
important.
further
I
the
think I should
conversation
just
at
like
all?
continue scaling, for being
Yeah,
honest.
because he got
Yeah.
slammed on it. Just got slammed. He's terrible.
I mean, you just said it's
So
analytically true, and I said why, and you just repeat yourself. But sure,
That's what analytically
okay,
true means.
so go ahead
Fucker.
and continue with
that's the
your
claim.
scaling.
It
He's
has
so
not been
stupid.
proven
It's
to me that
sad.
that's what it means.
He's so stupid. It's sad.
Uh, okay, it could be the case that I'm stupid and I still beat you in this debate. So continue.
You didn't
Why?
ask anyone. They're
Can you
gonna
send
tell
me
you
some
you just
answers
got
tied up?
slammed. You're very terrible. But anyway, yeah, hold on. Let me
Wait, who's
just
gonna tell
continue
me
with
this
the
next time?
actual argument. He's trying to meta debate because he's just a loser that sucks at this fucking debate shit. So let me just get this real quick.
Wait, that's like another claim, right? Like you're claiming that like
He's
I'm just
trying to
trying to meta
meta
debate.
debate
How do you
because
know
he
that to be
knows
true?
he's dumb as shit. Like holy shit, this is what dumbass kids do.
Wait, how do you know it to be true? Can you do you think that the premise follows the conclusion? Like, why can't it just be the
Shut
case
your
that I'm
ugly
meta
ass up.
debating for fun? Any sort of alternate
Shut up,
possibility?
bitch. You
Like, why
built
is it
like Jimmy
necessarily
Neutron to the
true that
head.
I'm a loser?
Why is it? Why is
Hello.
your big head ass built like motherfucking Shrek, nigga? Why?
I don't know. Like, why is there an expose
Another
file
hand
on
put
you for
on
being
us.
like a pervert? Oh no, we don't know these things. I wonder. You know, we just wonder why
Damn.
things
Yeah,
are
shut up,
sometimes.
nigga.
Yes. Yeah, shut up, nigga. Why are you like almost 30 years old on Discord still trying to debate people on One Piece? That's another thing. I wonder why that. We just wonder
Oh,
why. I have no
I
idea.
don't care to
I have no
debate you.
idea.
You just
Why
somehow
do you
think you're
also like
good
to
and
like
you're
debate
terrible.
people that are like
You're
vastly
bad.
inferior
You're
to you? I
very
don't
bad at
understand.
debating. That's the only reason I'm debating you, and you like think you're good somehow.
You lost to Noodles 3 times, ready?
I lost a noodle.
3 times?
So do we want
I
to
won. I won.
Yes.
move on
Wait,
with
hold
this
on.
Oh
All
yeah,
on
hey
scaling?
culture.
Sean, you still a
He's trying.
bitch,
Yeah,
and I still
He's
want to
trying to
run my
meta
morgue
debate. Hold
after
on.
this.
I forgot. This is what
hey,
niggas
hey,
do.
Russ, simmer down. Yo, by the way, hey, everybody pause for a second. Hey, Jason, I'm gonna server mute you if you don't shut the fuck up. So we need to stop trying to mog each other, and let's move on with the scaling. All right.
All right, but yeah, too so off topic. So off
Please
topic.
debate these.
Thank you for being on topic.
One at a time.
Okay, 1 second.
Wait, Hero, I don't know why you're posting these memes, bro. Like, he has not won any point of significance. Like, I don't think it's like relevant to the debate, to be honest. Like, it could be the case
Bro,
that I'm
more
wrong.
Even
it
Hero
doesn't
is
it
What
doesn't
telling
my
me he
matter.
got
beliefs
slammed, but
are,
he's not
and it
like
just
I'm not
doesn't
even
help.
cool with Hero like that.
I didn't suggest that you are. I'm just talking to him. What? Are you like presupposing that I thought you were cool with him or something?
No, I'm not even responding to you, nigga. I don't care what you have to say.
Ooh,
Oh, okay. Do you disagree? Okay, real quick. Do you disagree with Doflamingo being under Kaido?
What the heck? I me. I still haven't even seen the scans you sent for your evidence, right? So let's just go to that for now.
Put it in scans. What are you talking about?
I told you I haven't seen it. I didn't make the claim that you haven't sent it. Are you tracking?
Are you retarded? If I sent a scan like 15 minutes ago, why haven't you seen it?
Why does that necessarily make me retarded? It could be the case that I just haven't seen it for any other possible reason.
Bro, he's
I don't think that
sped.
necessarily fulfills it to be the case that I'm retarded. Yeah, it just could be the case that I haven't seen it for any other
Can you
reason,
just
and it
look
doesn't
at the
necessitate
scan
me
and
being
stop like
retarded.
the sped farming shit? Just look at the scan. Why are you being weird?
I think you saying that I'm being weird is like very subjective. It could be the case that what's weird to you is not necessarily weird to
Bro,
me.
he's
So that's subjective
retarded. What
terminology, something we should stay away from.
what?
Again, you also repeated the claim that I'm retarded several times. You have not sufficient evidence to why I'm retarded, so you can stop calling me retarded unless you
Bro,
want to prove it to be the case that I'm
please
retarded.
get out. Please get out. Okay, can you just look at the scan and stop? Wait, Sage. I provided the scan like almost 20 minutes ago, and he still just refuses to look at it. What? Is this not just stonewalling the debate? Like
I have not refused to look at it.
How has he not seen a scan from almost 20 minutes ago?
So your assertion is that he was able to damage Dragon Kaido? Is that the assertion?
That means his speed and AP is on a level where he's able to damage Kaido.
Oh yeah, why does landing a hit on a character necessitate relativity and speed?
I said it necessitates. That wasn't my claim. I never said it necessitates it. I said that
he
was able.
You didn't provide any likelihood. You did not phrase it.
He's cutting me off to like retard spam. No.
You didn't
cutting me off.
likely to do the
He's cutting me off to retard
speed,
spam.
right?
Can I finish my argument?
You just said that he does.
No, Sage,
for example, if I posited that like.
Bro. He's literally like shotgunning me to retard spam.
I'm not providing any likelihood. I'm not saying it's likely
to
have anal sex. I'm just saying that it is the case they have anal sex, right? So see how that would be a necessary claim. I'm not
gonna lie, you're trying to be very.
Hey, Mort, you gotta stop, brother. So Geass, what he's saying is he called into question why a character tagging another character and damaging them implies some level of relativity.
You gotta understand. I know what he's saying. I was in the middle of responding, and he just cut me off to like retard possibilities, man.
Okay, well that's the thing. I want to
go ahead and let him respond.
Bro, what?
Real quick, right? He didn't.
What?
Hold on,
he's
real quick.
literally cutting my response off to possibilities, man. What?
Possibilities, fam? Wait, what are you talking? So Sage, really quick, right? He just said it is.
Sage, what happened to the moderation, fam? What's up? Like,
so give it 1 second. Let Mort. Why did you keep interrupting him, brother? What was the justification that you were just saying?
All right, because he's trying to like hedge and get away with it, and I don't want him to. So I'm just cutting him off right now. So stop it.
He's just saying if he feels like hedge, he can talk over me.
Okay, so if he hedges his argument, then it'll be recognized, and we'll make sure that
So just for the judge, real quick, Sage, do you acknowledge that he provided no likelihood and didn't form it as a probability stance? Rather, he just said it is the case. Do you recognize that, Sage?
Yeah. So the way that it was phrased would imply that he was asserting that there's relativity. But he did not outright say this makes them relative. You put that into question and then took the next step on the argument before he took the next step on the argument. So you have to let him make his point before you
know that he
did
not
I'm not
provide any likelihood, and I'm not going to let him hedge and like try and change it.
I understand what you're saying, but let him make the argument and then
I didn't even finish the argument. He's like trying to precog. Just
go ahead, yes.
All I'm saying is here he was able to tag him, right? And damage him with his AP. And his AP that's on the level to damage Kaido. And speed, okay? Now, I agree with you. This statement has some possible fallibility. I'm not saying it's necessarily true in like all possible worlds or some low-level shit. I'm just saying here he did do this feat. That's all I said.
Again, that's what's going to be put into question. Whether or not he actually utilized relative speed to perform X feat, that's what I'm putting into question. All right? Does that make sense?
You're just saying, why is this statement true?
I'm not talking about a statement, right? You appealed to a feat, right? You did not appeal to a statement.
You're talking about my statement on the feat. What?
Your statement on the feat? Oh, okay, that's a
you're talking about my statement about the feat.
No, that's fine. It's fine. You clarified. That's cool. So it would just be the case that I don't think that You're proving what you said to be true, and I'm asking you why does that necessitate
Bro, you don't
relativity?
have to
Because
give
if
like
it
a
doesn't
20-minute
necessitate
speech to ask
relativity, then
why,
it shouldn't
nigga.
be
You
the
can
case
just
that, huh? I'm like
you don't
talking.
have to give
What?
a 10-minute
So if it would be
speech
the
to
case
say
that you're
why.
not, yeah. So if
Yeah,
it's the
you gotta
case
let
that
him finish, brother. I know he talked for a while, but you gotta let him finish.
anyways, right? I think that if you have no necessity, then you would need some sort of probability raiser. But I don't think then I would even accept that because you didn't initially put it forward as it's likely the case that he scales to him. So you adding a likelihood would be a form of hedging since you said it is to be the case. I'm not denouncing that you didn't posit it in a linguistic act of, oh, there's not necessarily a possible world in which it isn't. That's fine. I'm not denying that you didn't phrase it that way, but it doesn't matter regardless of whether or not you did or didn't phrase it that way because it still would be the case, right? According to my understanding of terminology colloquially, that the words you use would suffice a certainty claim because you did not provide any likelihood. The way that you phrased it was just that it is the case. You didn't say that if P then Q or anything like that. You just were like, so you're aware that these people are relative, right? And they clashed. I've not agreed with that. You haven't proven it to be the case. I need you to give me some sort of justification as to why what you're saying is true. Can you?
A lot of stuff and not in Flab to just say, well, why is this statement true? I clarified and I kind of just won the point. I'm being very specific about what I mean when I say he performed the feat. I'm not saying with some necessary standard. It's not me hedging. That's me making very clear to low levels what I mean. So if you're just gonna like misunderstand what I'm saying, I don't know what to tell you. That's obviously not my argument. So
So you said that he did do the thing. Is there not an equally likely possible world to where he does not necessitate relativity and speed or have relativity and speed to him via performing the feat, or is that a contradictory?
it's never been my argument. So I don't know what you're referring to.
I'm just asking you a question. I didn't say that it was your argument. Just because Mortified asked you a question doesn't necessitate it being your claim. I'm allowed to
Are
ask you
you just saying,
questions.
is it
Did this
possible
nigga
that he?
just say mortified?
Yeah,
I refer to
he's doing
myself in
this
the
like
third person to
sped
make the
third person
tracking
shit.
easier.
But are you
I
just
do it
saying
to
that
make the
is it
tracking
possible?
easier. Okay,
Oh
just
my god, he just talks to himself. Okay, are you just saying is it possible he didn't actually perform this feat?
I'm saying, is it possible that while he performed the feat, that it in question did not inherit any sort of relativity and speed to the character?
Okay, you're just saying is it possible that you're just saying is it possible my argument's wrong basically.
No, that's not what I'm
I
doing.
mean,
That's a
sure.
strong
I
man.
never
It's
So
like
disagree.
so
hypothetical
I
design
know.
what
Geass,
I'm saying and
so
condensing
so
it to a more
quickly,
favorable
so
form.
the question that he's asking, that from my understanding, is it possible that he could perform that feat and not be relative to that character? Am I wrong on that,
Yeah,
Mort?
yeah. That's
Yeah,
literally
in
just
terms of
questioning
speed.
is my argument. Yeah, my argument's that there's some level of relativity that can come from this state this feat. And he's just saying could it not be a potential relativity feat? That's literally just
I
questioning
Right.
haven't
why.
accepted there's
Long
any
story
form of
short, that's just
relativity in
why.
terms of speed. I have
Okay.
not agreed that there's any sort of relativity in terms of speed, by the way. I don't think you've proven it to
Yeah,
be the
I
case
know,
either.
bro. You've been talking a lot just to say the word why. You can just say why. You don't have to pretend it's some very good argument. It's a very bad one, okay? So let me just give my response and
Wait,
we
how do you know
can
it to
go
be the
back.
case that I'm pretending it's a good
Bro,
argument? What
please,
if I'm aware
please
of the fact
stop.
that it's a bad
No,
argument
no,
and still
no.
decide
He's
to
just
use
cutting
it?
me off, so I can't even finish the argument.
What you're
Just
making
please
claims.
be,
I'm allowed to respond to your claims. You're not allowed to
bro.
shotgun me. The hell?
I'm not giving arguments. I'm
All
just
right.
telling you I'm gonna
All right, Mort.
respond.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
Mort. Yeah, you're. I know that this is something that is entertaining for you. Whenever somebody makes a claim that's not like an attack at you, and then you make them prove that claim. Geass, I did tell you have to be very particular about how you phrase things with him. But on this one, I just have to ask you to drop it more, please.
Just meta debating on me saying I don't think his
Yeah.
argument is a good response. Like what? Oh my
Because Gias, I'm telling you, if you call him a retard or you say he's doing something for a reason, what he's going to do is be like, "How do you know that to be the case?
god.
Please display that to me. That's a claim." And then,
Yeah,
unless you
you.
say I
Oh
dropped the
my
claim,
god.
he won't move on from it.
I know he's gonna meta debate
Yeah.
like a low tier over like shit that's
Anyway,
obviously
so
not an
if you
argument.
don't want to
So
like quote unquote meta debate, that's fine. I just want evidence to why it's the case that he's relative to Kaido in speed.
thank you for asking the same question a fifth time. That was really helpful. Yeah, let me just like actually get the scan and you can shut up for a second. Thanks. Okay, cool, but
You're not talking,
okay, look at
Captain.
this
Like
scan.
you just don't know.
Yeah, look at this scan. It says, but the battle lasted long, or the author says, but the battle lasted longer than expected, as Kozuki Oden's strength surpassed the enemy's imagination, right? Meaning that he does it. There was a long, drawn out battle um, between Oden and Kaido, and it lasted to a point where he actually didn't even imagine Oden would last so long. Meaning there had to, at some level, be some level of relativity. Otherwise, the battle wouldn't have surpassed his imagination, and it wouldn't have lasted longer than his own expectations, right? So after this
Those are
speech,
two claims, right? So you can like not shotgun.
sure, respond to that.
Yes, I don't know why that necessarily follows, right? I do believe it to be the case.
Huh?
There's a possible world in which there's an extended battle where he is stronger than his imagination without him hesitating relativity.
Yo,
But-
Mort, I don't know what you're doing with your phone right now, brother, but like
Yeah,
you're
can you
like
stop
rubbing up
jacking
against
off,
the
nigga? That
microphone.
shit is like fucking up the mic.
Well, I
He's
mean, I'm
gonna
like
ask you why it's the case
my
that he's
mic's
jacking
still,
off.
anyways, right? What I'm
Oh
saying
my
is,
god.
I believe it to be the case that there is a logical possibility in which opponents undergo a long-lasted battle more than what was expected, and one of the
Bruh.
opponents could, what's it called, surpass their imagination. But I don't see why that can't be mutually exclusive to the interpretation of it being the case that of it being the case that he isn't relative to him in speed. So basically, what I'm saying is I see no logical contradiction present towards it being the case that two characters, being his characters that he's scaling, undergo a long battle where the imagination expectancy is surpassed, but that still doesn't necessitate a relativity in speed as he posited. I don't see
Yeah,
why that follows.
yeah. You just repeated the same thing like 4 times. Thank you for being very inconcise. The argument you're giving is just saying, well, it's possible that they could have a long battle, and for some reason, Kaido like far outscales Odin and is still having a long battle, right? I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah, equal interpretation.
Yeah, low level possibility exists, right? But what I'm saying is the idea that they're having a prolonged battle lends credence to the idea that he is actually on some level compared to Kaido, right? Relative. So when you just say, well, it could be the case that he had a relative matchup and there was no relativity. Or sorry, they had a long battle and there was no relativity. Yeah, anyone can say that. It's a Dofi level argument, right? All I'm saying is
Um,
if he were way
random basic
faster, AK,
phrase like
if
better
he
than
wait,
me.
be quiet, dog. So if he were way faster than Odin, right, where he could blitz him and there was no relativity, it wouldn't be a long battle, right? It would be him
I don't
one
know that to
tapping
be
him.
true. That's a claim. That's a claim. That's a
Yeah, wait,
claim.
no. So here's I'll give you a let me finish, Kevin. I'll give you
You can stop shotgunning me.
I'll
If you
give you
make a
two.
claim, I'm going to put it into question. You're not allowed to shotgun me.
Okay, yeah, I'm explaining. Goddamn, can you be quiet for a second so I can explain?
I believe it to be the case
There's
that it's
two.
possible I'll be quiet, but I don't see why I have to. But continue.
You're very bad at this, but there's two options, right?
So,
Either he is much faster than Odin, right? He can blitz him, okay? That would make for a very short matchup because he would just tag him and he could kill him, okay? He has the ability to kill Odin. So if he can blitz him, that means he can just he can just hit him and that's it, reps. Or he's on some level comparable to Kaido and it did prolong the battle. It's one of those two. Either he's in
why
a
is that a
regime where
legitimate
he's
dichotomy?
there's well, it has to be the case, right? So the speed has to
Why?
be bro, can I explain? I know you said why like a low tier for the 18th time,
Yeah,
bro.
but you
Relax. Let
responded
me
by
explain.
saying it has to be. That's a
Yeah,
response to
yeah.
my
I
question.
didn't
That's
wait,
a
wait, hold
claim.
on.
Are you fucking
I'm
stupid?
going to explain, you
I
retard.
said
I'm not
why, and then you responded
bro,
with the
yeah,
positive
bro, I'm
affirmation
not
saying
done with
it
the
must be the case, you fucking
Sage,
morons. I'm
I'm
also allowed to
explaining
put
the
that in the
argument
question
and
afterward,
he's literally
numbnuts.
just meta debating the argument. Can I
Yeah,
actually finish or
yeah.
is this gonna
Mort,
be more biased?
let him finish what he's saying.
Yeah, I'm saying it has to be the case because moron, that's what because means. There's either a regime of speed where he's just one tapping him, right? Where he blitzes him outright, basically. Or there's some level of speed where he's on a, some relative plane where he can outmaneuver or respond to Kaido's attacks. Okay. So those are the
Nope.
only two options because quantitatively, either he's way faster, right? Which means a blitz, or he's in some regime. It can be some range where he just straight up is able to respond to him. Either of those scenarios has to happen. Right? Are you
Again,
going
you
to
can
ask
start
me
fooling
why it has
yourself
to be,
expressing the dichotomy, but I'm asking you for the legitimacy of the
bro?
dichotomy because I believe it to be the case there's a possible world in which it's a false dichotomy. I don't see any sort of logical contradiction towards alternate possibilities existing, such as circumstantial events that do not include combat relativity as far as the duration of the fight goes. There could be an infinite number of reasons to why the characters were prolonged in their battle. It does not necessitate relativity in combat speed whatsoever. So you're just repeating yourself, saying that it's legitimate dichotomy because it's a legitimate dichotomy. Explain that dichotomy again. That doesn't actually prove to be the case that is the only two options. It would be the case that you just merely expressed your belief, saying that there's only these two options. But I don't think you've established to the judge or the VC why your dichotomy is legitimate.
Do you agree Oden was Kaido's major he was his opponent he focused on during that fight?
I don't know.
Huh?
I said I don't know, bitch.
Okay, so you're just retarded and okay.
Why would it necessarily be the case that one is retarded if they don't know it to be the case that Oden was the primary
Shut up,
target? Can you
bitch.
prove
Shut up,
that?
bitch. Shut up, bitch.
Why am I obligated with shutting up?
This nigga is terrible. Like this is just ratting on a very low tier level. Like you're not even this isn't even
It's
just
an
not
expression of
good.
your belief. It's
You're
very
act you're
subjective.
like
The
you're
term
literally
ratting is
like
subjective.
arguing worse than
What's
Doffy
ratting
right
to
now.
you
This
might
is
not
just
necessarily be
low
ratting to me,
tier
bitch.
ratting.
What's
Like you're
ratting
just
to you might not
disagreeing with
necessarily be ratting
basic
to me,
facts at this
bitch.
point,
What's
nigga. You're
ratting to you might
terrible.
not necessarily be ratting to me, bitch.
Okay. Like this is
It's very
literally worse
subjective.
than Doffy level. Like holy shit.
Okay, Duffy's
Okay,
better than
anyway.
you, bitch.
Doffy's
Yeah, well,
better
okay.
than you.
What
Okay.
happens when I admit in theory you're better
Okay.
than Doflamingo and then I just beat you? What happens
Okay,
then, bro?
okay,
What
okay,
happens
whatever you
then?
say, whatever
What
you say.
happens
Okay,
then? What
okay,
happens
okay,
then?
you're right.
What
Okay,
happens
whatever,
then?
whatever.
Exactly,
Okay,
exactly.
you're right,
Just
you're right,
fix
you're right.
your fucking claim,
Okay,
bitch.
okay, you're right, whatever. Anyway. Um, so before the battle begins, he explicitly, Kaido explicitly admits he's focusing on the leader Kozuki Oden, right? So the person he addresses as the leader and understands is the strongest among them is Oden. Okay. So it's even clarified later by the author that he focuses on him to the point that Odin's strength goes beyond what he was imagining, meaning he's consistently gauging Odin's strength. As the battle draws forward, he has a consistent gauge on Odin, right?
That's a
Oh,
claim. You can try. You can prove that. I don't agree with that.
bro,
I think
it's necessarily true. If he's focusing, excuse me, if he's capturing whatever Odin's power level is, whatever his strength is, and he's able to see that it's being surpassed by his own expectations, that means he has to be gauging his strength somehow, right? If he is, that means he's spending focus on Odin, right? In
Why would he
tandem with the
necessarily
scan.
have to be
Wait,
focused?
hold on. Let me. I wasn't done. In tandem with the fact that he explicates he's the leader and that Kaido addresses him personally before the fight even begins. Meaning he understands he's the leader and has some strength comparison before the fight even starts.
You're just
He
making a
has to
bunch of
be
claims. Can you
focusing.
prove all these claims? I didn't agree to any
Let
of
me
this.
fin- damn, bro.
Let me
Can you
shotgun you
stop
some
being
more. You're
biased?
just shotgunning
Bro,
the shit
I'm
out of
literally
me.
not even done with the
Yes, you
argument.
are.
You still
I don't
dick
care. You're
riding me.
shotgunning the fuck out of me. I'm gonna need you to stop and then send scans for all the evidence,
Wait, no,
right?
no, these
Towards
are
what
all,
you're saying to be the
no,
case.
these
I've
are,
not agreed to anything being
bro,
the case.
he's
Mortified, you're
literally just
like
cutting me
bottom
off, bro.
5 worst
Okay, okay,
trainers I've ever
so
heard in my life.
so one of two things. You either need to establish what point you want him to go from and address that one at a time, or just let him finish it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
I'm
like to
not.
do it one at a time because I have not agreed to anything he's
Yeah.
saying about Kaido being
Yeah,
focused on him. I have not
where do
agreed to
you
what he claimed. He
okay.
made the claim.
I
He made
already
like five
gave
fucking
the.
claims, Sage. He said that the author states this other thing. He says that he
It's in the
noticed him
scan. I
first in the
already sent. I already
battlefield.
sent
He
these
said a
scans.
whole
I already
bunch of this
sent
other
them,
bullshit. I have not
bro.
agreed to
I
any of
already
his
sent these
cases.
scans. I already sent these scans. What are you like talking about?
Okay, so go one at a time. So what's the
Yeah.
first claim?
Let me be clear. I am going one at a time. I've already sent this
Yeah.
stuff. These are all previous arguments I've already given. Um, I'm simply saying, and I've sent them in scans. Are you looking at the scans I'm sending?
So what are you trying to prove with the second scan you sent, or the third one? Excuse me.
Okay, so no, you're not even looking at the scans. Okay.
I'm looking at
Yeah, all
scans.
I'm
How would I?
saying,
What?
it's just the argument. It's
Prove
just
it
the
to be the
argument I've been
case that I'm
giving,
not
which is
looking at
that
scans.
basically I'm
More,
just
come on,
saying
bro.
that he addresses Odin as the leader of this group, right? And that he focuses on him explicitly before the battle starts. So when the author, if you look at the previous scan before that, says that Odin surpassed Kaido's imagination of his own strength, that means that he has some assessment of how strong Odin is. If he surpassed it and Kaido's expectations were broken, that means Kaido is paying attention to how strong Odin has gotten throughout the battle, right? That's the only way you can make two assessments and say someone has gotten stronger than my expectations or imagination, right? Oh, that means he is assessing his strength as the battle continues, right? It's the narrator statement. Please stop being an idiot. So in that
I don't
way,
know.
I'm
I
simply
don't know.
saying that he is focusing on his abilities, right? Showing that he is focused on him. Okay. So now,
Again, I don't agree to that.
do
I
you
don't know it to
disagree with that
be true.
part, or can I move
I
to the
don't know it
second
to
part
be
of the
true.
argument?
That's your claim, bitch. I don't know it to be true. ugly.
I mean, I literally believe I just proved it. You're kind of being an idiot. But okay, can I
You
move to the
believe you
second
just
part then?
proved it? But I've not.
Can I move on? If
You're
you think I
saying
didn't, can I move on? Can I move on if you think I didn't?
I'm putting it into question. I'm not going to
I
agree
know you
to
did.
it
I think I proved
in
it. Can I move
virtue of
on?
me holding a belief that you didn't prove something. That has nothing
Bro,
to do
can I
with
move
whether or
on
not
then?
you
Like, why are you
did.
being weird? Can I just go to the next part?
So Mort,
What do you mean? Why
do
am I
you have an
being weird?
issue with
Subjective. What you
do
find
you
weird
have
might
an
not be
issue
weird to
with
me.
him focusing on the fucking I don't know these characters' names because I'm not
His name's
a
Odin.
One Piece
Odin.
guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, him focusing on like, do you have an issue with that, or are you calling that particular thing into question?
Yeah. I'm calling all the
I
question.
think
I
I
don't
just
believe it's
gave the
the case that the
argument
author's
for it.
statement
So
is
why are we
necessarily
focused
Okay,
on
true.
this?
Right? I don't believe it to be the case
Bro,
that
I
anyone
just gave my
believes.
argument. Why is he like caught up on this?
okay. Well, so what he just said is he doesn't know why the author statement is necessarily true. Do you do you want to argue that?
Oh, are you disagreeing? Okay, you're disagreeing that the narrator is saying something that's true.
No, I think you're a retard who like doesn't deserve to be in tier 3 as far as debating goes. I'm agnostic to the position. I said I don't know it to be the case. Mortified saying that he doesn't know of God's existence to be true does not necessitate that I'm putting forward that God doesn't exist. You stupid retarded fucking
I know.
gorilla
I'm saying, are
silverback
you
bitch.
asking if that's true? If the narrator
Oh,
statement is
wait,
true?
stupid is untrue. No, bitch. I said I don't know it to be the case, moron. I'll prove your
Yeah,
claims,
that means
bitch.
you're asking if it's true, bro. That's literally just saying, is this true or
No, I'm
false?
not
That's literally what you're
positing it's
saying.
untrue. I didn't say it's untrue.
Never said you said it was untrue. Try to understand the English if you speak that. I'm saying,
Understand
do
English.
you
You're the one who's
know?
making
Are
the
you
claim, and I
asking,
said I don't know
bro?
it to be the case. Because I'm
Yeah. So the
unaware of a set
author.
of
Oh my
information
god.
does
Okay,
not necessitate me
let's.
having an
Oh my god.
opinion on the fucking matter.
Yeah,
If I
let's just
don't
Okay,
do
know,
a small,
all
bro.
right.
He's
Pause.
retarded.
So he's calling into question whether
The author
the
statement.
author
Yeah.
statement is true. He's saying
Yeah.
he doesn't know it to be the case. So
Yeah. Sure.
now you guys are gonna be forced to argue about whether or not the
Whether
author
the author
statement is
statements are true.
valid.
Okay. Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
agree the author can make claims that are true about his own verse?
yes, it's logically possible. It can.
Well, no. Sorry. Let me be more clear. When the author does do this, it means something is true of his own verse without contradiction. So as long as there's no contradiction here, the author is the purporter of truth in his own story.
Yeah, but there's a lack of a contradiction here.
Well, no. I'm saying
Also,
without.
couldn't it just be
Well,
the
no.
case that you're likely to
You
be
asked me
wrong?
a question. You asked me a question. Can I respond to your question, or do you talk to yourself usually?
Again, how are you necessitating that I'm talking to myself?
Yeah. So, are you actually going to let me answer the question, or is this you just like monologuing? What the fuck? Like, can I go?
Couldn't it
What's
be
up?
the case that you just answer the question afterward? I've had to respond to multiple points that you made because you shot
Okay. Yeah. Wait. Let
shit
me
out of
just
me right now
wait.
with
No.
all these
Wait.
things.
No. So that means
This
you
nigga
are
said
just
the
gonna
author
talk through
says
your own.
this.
Means you
Odin
are
was
gonna
focused
talk
on
through your own
him.
question. Okay.
Blah blah
Talk through
blah.
your own
This and that.
question. Go.
I didn't
Talk through your
accept
own
none of
question.
that.
Go.
It was never proven. You
Talk
shotgun
through
the
your own question,
evolution
bitch.
shit out of me.
Go.
So you don't like it when it happens to you, do you? You don't like being shotgun, huh? It's not fun, right?
It's not even a shotgun. It's just you talking through your own question. Like what?
So then
So
it's even more forgiving than a
so there were
shotgun.
two questions that Mort asked. The second one you don't have to address right now. But go ahead and address the question you were
Yeah.
going to address.
Yeah. So here, if you're not providing any contradiction, right, and the author is the purporter of truth in his own story, that means there is much more evidence for the author being correct because the author's statement without contradiction would be true in his own story, right? That's just how fiction narratives are created. It's how
That's a
novels
claim.
work. It's how fictional. Yeah. Do you know what a novel is?
Well,
I don't believe it to be the
so
case that
quickly,
Mortified's
Geass,
in
the
brought
first
a matter
question
of
that he
life.
asked,
Bro, what?
just so that we stay on the questions because it's already getting derailed pretty heavy. The first question he asked is how do you know it to be the case that there is no logical contradiction or that there's no contradiction there?
Okay, how do I know there's not possibly some contradiction?
Yeah, he said that was his question was
Unless
how do you know that there's no contradiction in that text?
well, hold on. I never claimed that the author, because the author said something, there isn't a contradiction. I agree with you. It's possible. What I'm saying is there's evidence, there's positive evidence the author's making the statement, which is positive evidence in fiction, something is true.
That's a
When
claim.
the author, when I've already expressed how it works. So in
Yeah, that doesn't
fiction,
mean that you've proven it to be true. That's an
wait,
expression of your belief,
retard, be
dumbass.
quiet. I'm trying to
It's an
speak, bro.
expression of your
Sage,
belief,
this is like
dumbass.
incredibly biased. I'm not even
Oh,
done with my
yeah, I said
argument.
it
He
to
just
be
gets to
true,
cut
so
me
it's
off.
true.
Bro, he gets to cut me off whenever he wants to just ask me why for like the 18th time.
More
Can we
you got to
kind
stop,
of
brother.
be fair,
Okay,
or
but
is
hold
that
on, wait,
possible?
Sage,
Yeah,
but
more.
listen, but when I make a claim and then I follow that up with emphasis. What happens? He interrupts me and says, "Mortified, are you a retard? Do you just like to talk to yourself?" So
Yes,
fuck
you
that.
are.
It's either we go point by point,
so let's pause.
it's either we go point by point.
Why don't we do that when he
stop
asks a
cutting each other
question
off.
and
Okay?
I don't get to respond to the
Geass,
question?
Bullshit.
Geass, like I said, man, like you just have to be super particular with what you say, because
This isn't
what you said was the author is the arbiter of truth in their series. You had already discussed how that functions, but he had not technically accepted that claim.
Yeah,
and so
wait, no,
now
I
he's
already
calling
went
that
through.
into question.
I already went through this. The author is the arbiter of truth until they are contradicted, right?
There we
I
go.
never
So
said
that
I've already said this, but I've never said that the author can't be incorrect about their own story. I'm simply saying without a supported contradiction, right, where he provides something, the author would be true because they're the purporter of truth in their own series. That's how fiction works. That's all
But
fiction is.
I'm not on the assertive though. He's making the claim that X takes precedence in his character, like revolving his scaling, right? All I'm saying is that there's a potential world in which this is just fucking untrue, or there's a potential world in which there is a contradiction. I'm not obligated with disproving Geass's claim since he's an affirmative. It's not my obligation to prove what he's saying, so I don't have to suffice any sort of contradiction since he's the one making the claim once again. So if he's saying that the author is right because there's a lack of a contradiction, then it would be on him to fulfill his own parameters for what justifies author statements, which would be the lack of a contradiction. He has to provide me evidence to pass this, bro. He would need to show me that there is no contradiction because that's his own parameters, as I just said, for what would suffice it being true as far as author statements go. So can you explain to me how there is a lack of a contradiction, or could it not just possibly be the case that there is a possible contradiction feasibly?
Well, so
No, you're very bad at debating. You're not even tracking the argument.
Well, so more because you accepted that the author is like the arbiter of truth in their series, and that their statements would be true without some sort of contradiction.
I never said that. No.
His argument, what he used to provide likelihood that this particular statement works, is that because authors are the arbiter of truth in their series, and they're usually true effectively. Well, so this was so I'm gonna let you address. I'm gonna let you address the argument as soon as I get done clarifying it. So he's saying because this is what the author is, and when they due to that status as the arbiter of truth in their series, if they're making a statement, it's more likely to be true unless you can show that there's a contradiction. So that was the argument to provide likelihood for it being true. You're more than welcome to attack that argument if you want to, unless you want him to continue with his line of argumentation.
Right. So he's saying that if there's a lack of a contradiction, then that leads towards a likelihood. But I don't believe it to be the case that he's shown that it's even possible, right? Or excuse me, equally as possible to it not being the case. Okay. So it simply could be that there exists a contradiction. And since he's on the affirmative, right, I don't have to disprove his fucking position by providing some sort of contradiction, bruh. So long as it's logically possible that a contradiction could exist, then the statement could be wrong. Therefore, it's not necessarily true. The fuck?
He's very retarded.
So his parameters for what
suffices
a fucking his parameters for what suffices an author statement being validated would be a lack of a contradiction. But once again, I'm not obligated with demonstrating the feasible contradictions. That's not your argument. So then,
I never just clarify that wasn't my argument. You just repeated something no one is telling you. So let me just try to clarify and get them on the same page.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so this isn't an equal interpretation because I'm providing a direct author statement. You're providing nothing and simply saying, well, it's possibly incorrect. What I'm providing is a direct statement from the author, right?
Why does that mean?
The equivalent, be quiet, boy. The equivalent to your analog would be saying, if we had no author statement, could I just say some proposition about the story is true with no feats, no statement, etc.? And could it possibly be wrong? I'm providing a direct piece of evidence and statement from the author. That's direct evidence. You're not providing anything.
So what he's technically calling into question is why your methodology for deciding that an author statement is more likely to be true would be applicable here if part of that methodology includes the absence of a contradiction. And he's saying unless you can show that there's an absence of a contradiction, that doesn't actually work to provide likelihood. That's his argument,
It's
as I
not.
understand.
That's just the claim repeated. I know that's what he's saying. That's not my argument. That doesn't respond to my argument. My argument is to say the author, being the purporter of truth, would be correct until contradicted because he's the purporter of truth. It's what it means, right?
Why
You're
is that
saying
true?
he
What the hell?
could be.
It's like
I've
begging the
already
question.
explained this 4 times, you fucking idiot. In fiction, including novels,
That's a
the
claim,
only
though.
thing that makes a novel true is
That's
that
a
the
claim.
author is speaking, okay?
That's a claim. When you say in
Because
fiction,
that
the
is
only thing
how.
that makes an author true, that linguistic
Huh?
act is a
No, I
claim in
said
itself. I'm allowed to put that into
in
question as well.
novels. Wait, in
Yeah,
novels.
you're
Wait,
okay.
how
So
else do
you
you
making the
wait, excuse
assertion
me.
that, that you
Bro, he
making the,
literally cut me,
making the
bro.
assertion that that's how novels
He
function,
just
and
cut
I
me
don't
off
think
to
you're
give a
proving it
contention, bro.
here.
This is so
Asking him.
biased. Like,
So,
holy shit.
well, Geass, I told you, man, you have like
No,
every
it's
single
not that he's just
claim,
being a wait, it's not that he's just being a tard. He's literally just cutting me off.
but
Because you made a claim,
so
dumbass.
here's the thing
Bro,
though,
he's
like
literally just saying as
you
long as I make a
technically
claim, he
made
gets
a
to cut me
claim.
off. Yeah, I wasn't done with the
Okay,
claim. I wasn't done with the claim.
here's what we need to do, because if for this debate to function, I don't think that we can continue to go literally individual point by point. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna allow for three individual claims to be made, and then if we get past three, we have to stop. It's
Bro,
shotgun.
it's no. Wait, Sage, you could do this thing called either muting him while I'm trying to finish a point, or just let me finish without
No. Yeah.
interruptions,
So
right?
that's what I'm saying. Yes, I'm
I don't need
saying
multiple
if
claims. I just need to get out the one point I'm on. That's it. Right? Just
I got you. I understand what you're saying, but in the middle of making your point, you made an additional claim that's not important. It's not important at all. But this is
bro,
something that Mortified will do.
side comments are not arguments. Bro, if I just say
I
you're
agree.
being
I
dumb,
agree.
that's not me giving an
I agree
argument.
with you. But if you, because a claim is just asserting that
Okay,
something is
wait. So
true, right?
if I don't do that, can he just get muted when I'm trying to finish an argument?
Yes. Yeah. So and
Okay,
same
cool.
thing,
Okay,
vice
cool.
versa. We're gonna allow for three claims,
No,
and
don't do that. That's dumb. That's a very bad idea. He can't track
brother,
already.
I'm just well, you did make a claim in the middle of that, but you wanted to finish your actual argument.
Yeah, let me just,
'Cause it wasn't
I'm,
it wasn't an
oh
important
my God,
claim.
that's not even an argument. Just let me give the argument. The argument's
Yes.
something like, okay, in fiction, specifically and especially novels, the only thing that makes something true in a story are the words on a page, right? Given by the author. That's how it functions. Do you disagree with this, Mortified?
Again, I don't have to disagree with your position. I could just be agnostic, so I just don't know it to be true. You can prove your claim, though, bitch.
Okay. Oh my God. This is a low tier stonewalling tactic. Okay. So I'm going to be very clear. A novel is just words on a page, right? So the only thing that could make it true, if the novel has any ability to be interpreted, which it does, that means that the author is the purporter of truth only through statements. Okay. In
Um,
visual comics like manga, right? There could be some visual contradiction that arises, but the only thing we have in this instance is purely an author statement. Okay, so the author again is the purporter of truth. As long as the function of a novel, which is the analog here, which is statements only, is not contradicted, there is much more positive evidence that the author is true in this scenario. Right? It's very simple.
right. So I'm gonna dismiss everything you said that followed the first claim via shotgun fallacy. And the first thing you said was that a novel is just words on paper. Can you prove
Wait,
that claim?
Holy
Sage, that's not.
fucking
Wait,
shit.
Sage. Could I didn't
That
shotgun him.
nigga does
Okay.
not know
Okay.
what a
Yeah. So
I gave
shotgun
him.
That
is.
nigga
I
does
gave
not know
Sage.
what
No,
a
no, no.
shotgun is.
Pause.
Dude,
Sage, I
this
gave
is
him.
bottom
No.
five,
Real
bro.
quick,
Pause.
Sage.
Yo. So more.
This is bottom five
Sage,
debaters
I
in the
gave him the
community.
argument and
Hold
let
on.
him
Bottom
respond.
two.
What?
Bottom two.
Everybody pause.
Bottom
Yo.
one, dude.
So everybody
Nah,
pause.
Mock might be
So
worse.
more. So I'm gonna have to call you for stonewalling if we do continue to do this, because I understand what you're saying, but if it's not an important claim like to the argument, and it's just something like him saying something like a novel is words on a page, we cannot continue to like attack those points, because
I
it's
mean, I think
literally
that's
just
pretty
holding up
biased, but
done.
fuck it, whatever. Well, I'm just gonna be
What?
forced to accept that by the judge. That's cool. Okay, fine.
What?
More.
I'm not
So
gonna save him. Say it's really not.
if
He's
it
not.
is a
He's gonna lose to my fucking scaling, bro. Once I start scaling
well,
my character, he's toast. So I don't really give a fuck. I'm just
So then
fucking with him right now
Are you
because I
just
like
denying
him.
what a
I
novel
got
Is there
you.
any
I
chance of
understand what
that?
you're
Can we
saying.
get back to talking about anime?
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Is there any
So
chance of that at all,
I'm not
guys?
here
Are
to
you
hear
just
a
going to
piece of
keep
fucking
Yeah.
nonsense. Who the
chopping
fuck is
So
pseudo
if
that?
okay,
intellectualist
hey,
bullshit?
quiet.
Who the
So
fuck even is
if
that? What the fuck?
if we continue to stonewall, I am gonna have to mute, but I'm also gonna make sure that no like excessive shotguns are taking place. So go ahead, Geass just finished his point. If you want to repeat it, you can. If you're gonna have him repeat it, you can, because I did cut in there. And you did say you were gonna dismiss everything else, so you could address that first claim. But
Mhm.
no more stonewalling, please.
All right.
All right.
Fine.
So
I'm use scaling. Everyone thinks I can't scale One Piece, even though I can knowledge
You
this
can.
for fucking VC on One Piece.
You're not knowledge
Nigga.
clip for
Nigga,
nobody
you know
else.
no One Piece
all right,
shit, nigga.
quiet,
You not
quiet,
knowledge clip for
quiet.
It sure
nobody
would
in
be
One
nice
Piece,
to get
nigga.
to
Shut
the
your up.
scaling instead of
Quiet.
20 minutes of pseudo intellectual bullshit.
Yeah, well, okay, it's gonna make it
You
go a
knowledge
whole
clip for
lot
Again, I like
slower.
having
It's
fun.
gonna make it
I
go a
like
whole
to
lot
do this.
slower
It's
if people
funny
keep
to me.
chiming in.
I'm
So
entertaining
we
myself
don't need people
more.
chiming in. We just need to continue. Go ahead.
Okay, does he want like a image of what a novel is or something? Like, I don't.
No, I think the
No,
point's
that's not
irrelevant. I'm not gonna
important. That
lie.
was the
So
Stonewall
if
point.
I
We're moving on
oh
from that.
wait, I'm about
Yeah.
to like theoretically accept this. So if I accepted that the author's statement in this specific instance is true, again, why would the characters going at a long battle necessitate relativity? I'm not gonna lie to hedge and provide likelihood as you claim that it is to be, not that it's
Mhm.
likely to be. So you can't just change a position and start sprinkling probability onto it. That's not how that fucking works, according to my understanding of things. So it would be the case that your certainty position is defeated with alternate possibility, seeing as I don't believe it to be the case that you can demonstrate to me a logical contradiction towards it being the case that there's some sort of circumstantial events that are unknown to the reader in which
This is an
enable the
old
characters
argument.
to undergo the events in that matter, right? So it could be the
We've
case
already been
that
through this argument.
you already went through this argument. So do you
Yes,
believe it
this
to be
is
the case that
literally
you
a
suffice in
repeat of
addressing
the
it?
last you've given this argument before, and I already responded.
You already responded. So you're saying that it's
Yeah,
necessarily
I
the case that
clarified with what's
so
very,
it's an
very
impossibility for characters to undergo circumstantial events that disable them from having a combat relativity. That's impossible.
that I don't know if you're just like having like a memory lapse. I've already responded to this. I'll try to do it one more time. If he doesn't get it, I'm just gonna move on. So again, I'll just try to respond one more time concisely. I never said with some necessary, evidence that this is true. I'm simply saying there is positive evidence, and it's with the scans I've sent. Right. So I'm simply saying, and I've specified what I meant very clearly. The author's statement, I've explained that, and that he had to have been tracking Odin because he realized throughout the battle his strength was exceeding his own imagination, meaning he was tracking and comparing his own strength levels, right? And
Um,
I already sent these scans like a while ago. The fact that he spoke to Odin as the leader of the scabbards before the battle started is an indicator he was tracking Odin the entire time. Okay, or sorry, excuse me, throughout, at least throughout the battle. I won't say the entire time. Um, so there are direct and clear indicators that he is focusing on Odin, and without the scabbards who lack the ability to stop Kaido, that means that the only thing that will be able to stop him from his end goal or his major goal, which is defeating Odin, would be null. There's nothing in the way outside of this because these other people don't stand in the way of Kaido and defeating Odin, right? Oh, if this is true, right? Because
Shotgun
the
of
scabbards.
Doom. Oh my gosh.
Okay, wait. The only thing I added was that the scabbards don't scale to Odin. Please, it's not.
Shotgun of Doom.
Sorry, that's
Shotgun
the
of
only thing that.
Doom. Show
Okay, so the
ya.
scabbards not scaling up here means the only thing stopping him from beating Odin is Odin. That's it, right? So, and if you want me to prove the scabbards don't scale to Odin, I can do that. It's very clear.
Right, so I don't think that what you're saying would necessarily follow once again, because it could be the case that the character in question is focused on another opponent, and it could be the case that circumstantial events, the illogical possibility, and the lack of a contradiction could or should possibly arise. Okay, so it could be the case that even though Kaido is hyper focused on Odin, and he surpassed his imagination, and he's the main protagonist slash antagonist, vice versa, it still would not, to my belief and to the VC's understanding, according to my interpretation of how what was just said, that you've actually established that it's necessarily the case that they are relative in combat reaction speed. And I keep saying necessarily because you're not phrasing it with likelihood. You're just saying it is to be. So if it's merely possible, that
He's
obviously
slow.
wouldn't help you. So that's why I'm assuming that you're arguing it for necessarily being the case. If not, then I would ask you to just phrase it differently or hedge or some other dumb shit to where you change it to probability. But for now, what I'm telling you is that I don't believe it to be the case once again, that even if I accepted everything you just said about him focusing on Kaido, that doesn't denounce the possibility in which there are circumstantial events to an alternate conclusion, right? You also put forward that the Scabbards can't beat Kaido. That's another claim in itself. And you also made the claim that the Scabbards are the only other people on the battlefield that could have served as another contributing factor, which is another claim in itself. But I don't believe that those claims are true, and I don't think you've established both of those claims or any of your claims to be true. So considering everything I just said, I do believe it to be the case that I still have provided
Why does he
alternate
sum up the
interpretation as
entire point every time he
to Geass.
speaks?
Yeah, so I just believe it to be the case
Okay.
that in shorter terms that it still
He's
could just be
retarded.
the case that they're not relative. Like I don't
Thank
think
you
you've
for that.
sufficed
Thank you for
relatively.
that 10-minute speech. That was awesome. The actual thing and the actual content here, I've expressed like multiple times. You're still not tracking. I never gave some necessary standard. I've been super clear about that. If you still don't understand it, that's a comprehension problem. I can show you this Scabbers don't scale to
So are you
Oden, and
saying that it's likely to be true,
wait, no, wait.
or that
He's
it's merely
interrupting me
possible?
again. Can I prove my scaling? Because he just
I
keeps
asked you a
interrupting me.
question for
And I
clarification.
mean, Sage, I mean this with like clarity. You're not
I
actually
asked you a
progressing the
question
debate.
for
So let me
clarification,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
can I
Hey,
actually just
so
finish the argument?
just well,
Please
yeah,
stop being
just
biased, please.
he was wanting you to clarify something you said. Clarify the question and then go and then more. You have to
10
let him
times.
finish
What
his
do you ask?
point.
I've clarified 10 times.
Huh? What?
Okay, Sage, just repeat back
What
to
do
me.
you?
Have I not clarified for the argument? I'm not giving some necessary condition for the argument following. I'm simply saying there's much more evidence that this is true.
Again, so are you saying that it's likely to be true? That's what I was asking, right? Because if you're not positing it as
I'm saying
certain
it
or
is true
possible,
with
then it
a
would be a case
much,
you're
much
arguing that it's
higher
likely to be true.
standard of evidence, you moron. I've said that like I don't know how many times now. Now, Sage,
Right. So you're
have
just
I
taking a
not said that?
probabilistic stance. You're saying
No,
that
no,
it's
no.
most
Stop,
likely to be
stop,
true
stop,
that
stop.
they're relative
Bro,
in
Sage,
combat
can you
speed.
stop being biased? Like, holy shit.
I'm
His
trying
fucking
to
stupid ass
clarify.
can't stop talking. Shut up, bitch. I'm not
So you're
talking to
arguing
you.
that it's probable.
Sage,
Cool. I
have you,
understand now.
bro? Oh my
I
God.
understand. I
Bro,
don't think
Sage,
that
can
you
you stop?
suffice the probability
I
raiser.
know this is your friend, but like, holy shit. Can niggas speak in this server? Like,
I'll mute myself. Just go ahead,
okay,
bro.
no, my bad. Okay, my bad. Jesus.
Oh, brother, could you guys hear me just then, or was I muted?
No, he won't stop talking over me. Can you please try to be a moderator?
I'm sorry. I thought that I thought that I was unmuted. I was telling him to stop.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So you have said that multiple times. You were saying so. This
But
is
you keep letting
this
him
is one of
overtalk
the
me
other
to ask
things.
the same question. He's literally asked that question I don't know how many
Yeah.
times.
Well, because he's asking you if you are saying that it's more likely to be the case,
And I
or if it's
responded like a
that it's
dozen times.
necessarily the
I
case.
responded like a dozen
Yes.
times.
Yes. So just go ahead and move
Okay, so
on with
he's allowed to
your scaling.
infinitely just interrupt. Okay,
He's
my
not
bad.
making you're not making more he's not making a claim of necessity. He's just essentially saying that his argument is that there is a preponderance of evidence to make this likely to be true.
Yeah, I
Or
got
it
it now. I
leans in
got it.
the
I got it
direction
like
of it
5 seconds
being
ago. I
true.
understand. No.
Yeah.
I just literally asked him for clarification. He like went on a bitch like tangent. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
dude, my bad.
I
You
All
got
right.
on
literally
here.
So
answered that
I said,
all right. So
okay,
question a
go ahead and
dozen
interesting.
continue
I'll
with what
times.
you
listen.
were saying, Geass.
Against for
All
the
right, go ahead
judge,
and
right? I
continue with
don't
what you were
think that
saying,
he
Geass.
generated any sort of probability. All right,
Well,
there you go.
and you can argue that, but definitely Geass continue with what you're saying.
Thank you. Holy shit. Okay. Okay, are you aware that Odin beat up some of the scabbards? That's how they came to follow him?
Nah, I'm not sure.
He's a rat.
How do you know it to be the case that I'm ratting? And I think that the term ratting is quite subjective. I think what's ratting to you might not necessarily be ratting to me.
You're very bad. Like this is everyone's gonna think you're
You're such a
Tarantino.
bot,
Like
bro.
you're
Like, genuinely,
terrible.
like, you're so ass, nigga. Like, never debate again, bro. This is not your thing, nigga. Just get into the hobby, bro. You're so bad. Like,
Can
bottom.
you find being ass?
Yo, hey, nobody
You're
needs to
so
be
terrible, dude.
nobody needs to be chiming in.
Mortified, you fucking suck.
Oh,
Nobody needs to
wow.
be chiming in.
I don't know what y'all are gonna do if I
You are
win with the
garbage.
scaling though. Like his character is weaker than my character. I don't know what to tell you guys.
What's the
If I
inference?
want to just be disingenuous for fun to entertain the VC, then I will, and that's what I
You know
do.
what can
All you
possibly
do is
make
spam
them not being
possibilities,
disingenuous, right?
Bro,
You spamming possibilities.
who?
Yo, hey, everybody,
Bro,
calm down.
nobody is entertained. We've been literally
Like
talking.
deadass, I'm gonna server mute
You
every
know, it
single
could
person in
possibly be
here
the
except
case that
for
you're a faggot ass nigga, right?
Yes.
okay, Haram. I'm gonna server mute
That
you
was very
if you
funny.
keep cutting
Haha.
in there.
Grabbing this can.
Boogers,
Damn, I
what
haven't
the
been back
fuck?
to
Okay,
this
sure,
chapter in
bro. Sure,
forever.
sure. Y'all are some just nerd ass niggas that want to like talk about like One Piece, like bro. Sometimes it's cool to just have fun, but my bad.
Nigga, you're not funny. You're funny to laugh at.
Yeah, you're not funny at all. Like you fucking.
Guys, hey, serious. I'm so fucking dead ass. This has already dragged on too long because of the style of this debate. If people keep cutting in, I'm going to manually go through and server mute every fucking person in here.
My fault, I like
laughing
drama.
On the pick on you.
Again, right? Like I just consider it to be fun. I think that the misconception here is that you presuppose that I believe it to be the case that that's enough way to uphold skill, and I don't believe it to be true. I do believe that these are very easy counter arguments and very simple spams of possibility. But the reason I'm even imploring these things in the debate is because if I was debating someone else like Repellent, they can just provide me glorified induction, not some basic ass argument to where your opponent can just respond. But why though? If you just provide the probability within your syllogism, then there's no need for me to go, oh, why, or to clarify if it's possible, or any of that shit. If you just say, I believe it to be the case that it's probabilistic that Oden scales to Kaido for X, Y, and Z, then I'd have less of a problem interacting with his argument, and this debate would have progressed easier. But since Geass is a mammoth fuckhead, since you all like to dick eat, right? It's not going to progress in that faction because of my debate style. I like to ping people and I like to troll people. I like to fucking do the rowdy shit.
Do you like dick too, whole ass nigga?
Yeah, no, you're
I mean,
terrible
whoever
as
else is
fuck.
talking, I can debate. I'll just debate you guys as well. Like I have no problem doing that.
Save your time. Don't debate this nigga. Please don't debate him. He's terrible.
Like the only person, let me look at the VC. Who here actually is like beating me up, like for real?
Yeah, literally.
Me, I'll kill you.
I don't know.
I did say you.
I kill you on literally anything ever.
Probe and Juju. Who else is like? I haven't heard some of these people. There's some of these people I've never met. So it could be the case that they're better than me. That's fine. I've never heard of them.
Mortified. One I could point out would be Clown. He for sure.
Clown. Maybe.
Wait, Judge, the judgment did go to Geass, right?
It went to me, obviously.
Jesus Christ.
Nigga, who are you?
Hi, I'm Shikir. I lost to Justin. Nigga.
I'm Garo. I got beat up by fucking Shinra, and I never had a beat in my life, and I'm shitty as fuck at debating, and I'm shitty as fuck at what I do. Yeah, I'm just shit as fuck at life, to be fair. Like,
I'm Shikir. I lost to high
oh my god, I am Garo. I never had a beat in my life. Oh my Garo, I just dicky.
I lost to
the whole time in chat. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm Garo. I just dicky crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm Gyro. I'm just like
get back to the fucking
Okay.
debate?
Just serve these people, bro. Serve these people. I don't fucking have pervs here, bro. Where the hell are the mods, bro?
Yeah, if I wasn't, bro. After this game, I'm gonna mute everybody. Fuck. Chill.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is right now I'm gonna go through and manually server mute every single person in here because I ain't tried to be nice.
Shut the fuck up, nigga.
I'll beat your ass.
Who the fuck is that, bro? That guy's Dick Monkey, bro. People act that aggro on Discourse because like they're like nobody in IRL, bro. It's like the saddest thing ever, dude. Like, the projecting needs to stop. Like you guys are not tough. Every single person in this call listening to a Mortified debate is a nerd loser ass nigga. I don't give a fuck. You cope. You're not Andrew Tate. You're not out here. You don't have motion. You don't got money like that. Most of you fucking bitchless retards, right? Live with your parents still, okay? Let's just tone it down.
Bro, I get better bitches than you. I get more money than you.
Show me a bin.
Show me a ban. You think that that's money? That's not even someone's rent.
What are you talking about? That's why you getting
money,
slammed,
bro.
bitch. You
That's
suck.
not an adult person's rent. The average American adult in the United States, right? That's not even their fucking rent, bro. You're tripping, yo. That ain't shit. You think a month's worth of rent is something that you'd flex in a Discord call? That just shows your immaturity and inexperience. Goodness,
You
fuck.
flex the bait points, bro.
Who's that, boy? That's
Bro, the gang is all
yo.
here. There's no
I've been
way.
waiting for fun. I think that you're not seeing the paradigm here. I'm not acting as they are. I'm acting as I am, and I'm pointing out that their behavior is the shitty shit. And I don't necessarily have to be associated with that on the inverse possibility of it, because you'd be presupposing that I value the same things they value. Who says that I'm going
Mortified,
to
define
flex
necessarily.
anything? Why would I flex a debate? Who said I should flex anything? No one should flex anything. I don't think that that's an honorable thing to do. I think that's a stupid, arrogant, fucking ignorant thing to do.
Clarification.
Yo, Void, you gotta.
Yo, am I allowed to ask for a
keep
chapter?
antagonizing you.
I said that you would be, mind you. Just a quick
Okay, cool.
thing.
Give him permission.
Does anyone have the scan where the scabbards actually like hit Kaido?
Again, Captain, I don't know why
I
you're
don't
like
scale one
instigating, bro. I haven't lost, Captain. Like, you can just dicky all you want because you can't fuck with me yourself. It's really sad. Is he even in the VC still?
Yo, who
Or
got
no, he
the?
fucking left.
Let me.
Yeah, he's in here. He's just staying muted because he's being accommodating.
Oh, never mind.
From other
I
people.
thought
who are
I was
having
looking
you.
for his PFP. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, that's whatever, bro. This is still not an issue. Like, what the hell? Like, I have yet to like.
Okay, it's 992.
Geass has
Okay,
not
my
won
bad.
a single point in regards to his
I've
character
won
being
every
above
point
my
so far.
character. So
But
even
let me
if he wins all of his fucking scaling, that doesn't mean that it has anything to do with my character scaling. So all you guys dicky in the chat are just morons. Like, you need to see the long run.
Okay, cool.
I wouldn't take this debate if I didn't think my character fucking could be his character now. Stop being dumb. I understand it
Did you
seems
find
like
the scans that
spamming
you're looking for,
possibility
Geass?
just static, but I do it for fun.
I almost got it. One
If
second.
you want, I'm gonna take it seriously. All right, everyone, I'm gonna take this debate entirely seriously now.
Here, look.
You hear that knuckle crack?
Okay, I finally got
It's
it. My
over.
bad. Damn,
It's
shit
over
took
for
forever.
yours.
Look right here. I'm gonna show the difference between the scabbards.
So what am
and
I
the
gonna be looking
fucking,
at? You sent
It took
in
me a while to
scans?
get the. Oh, he doesn't stop talking. I've been trying to get this. I forgot the chapter, but Kaido explicitly says in the bottom right, none of these attacks bear resemblance to Odin's blades. Meaning explicitly, after all the scabbards hit him, he like gets the the gauntlet. He explicitly says they still don't stack the Odin.
That's a shotgun, right?
Huh?
Yeah, you didn't send that other like scan where he says that other shit. You just sent this one scan, so I don't know the other thing to be
What
true.
other
Like,
shit?
you just
What are you
expressing
talking
your
about?
belief. When you said that whatever happens after this fight where he says X, that's not true. The only thing that was stated that you
Who
said
says
was stated to be
what?
true was that none of these attacks bear a resemblance to Odin's blades. That's true, but you didn't send a secondary panel indicating the other thing that you said that followed
What
the
other
first
thing
thing
do
you
you think
said.
I said?
You sent one scan.
Yeah, what other thing do you think I
So you're just
said?
gonna drop that? I mean, I don't mind. You
Yeah,
said
wait,
that even
retard. What other
afterwards.
thing
You
do you
got
think I
so
said?
even
What
okay
other thing do you
after
think
you
I
use
said?
the word gauntlet. After you use the word gauntlet, you pointed out
Gauntlet, retard. Speak English.
gauntlet. Okay, pronunciation issue. My bad. Right. After you use that word that I failed to pronounce, right? You then reference another thing that's stated,
No, it's
but
in the
I don't
bottom of the
see that
scan.
secondary statement.
It's in the bottom of the scan. I even clarified this.
I'm
Look at
acknowledging
the.
none of these attacks bear resemblance to Odin's blades. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about after you use the gauntlet
That's all I
term or
said
whatever.
happened. This is all I
Then,
said happened.
so you didn't make a secondary claim? Like, am I gonna have to point that
No,
out to you
try
in the
to. Do
recording?
you
Like,
listen to
I will.
people when they
I dead
speak?
ass will, bro. I'll
Bro,
find this in the rec, right?
listen
And
to
then ping
people when
my
they
whole
speak. I'm
server for
telling.
like these
Yeah,
5
wait,
seconds of
idiot.
recording.
Yo, Mort,
Bro,
Mort,
he's
calm, bro.
retarded.
Let him clarify
Just
what he's
look
saying.
at. Yeah, just look at the bottom right. That's the only thing I'm saying happened. I'm saying
Okay,
they
that's fine.
ran. You can see in the scan they ran the gauntlet and just kept trying to hit him, right? And he literally just says, "Nah, this doesn't even bear resemblance to Odin's blade." Meaning, no, they don't scale as a threat to him.
Wait, why would that necessarily follow? Right? What the hell? You said meaning they do, right? So that would be the justification towards your position. But I think it could just equally likely be the case that he's saying they don't bear resemblance to Odin blades because they aren't using the same weapons as Odin. Odin's sword could be bigger. It could have a different grip. One of the
You're
members is using a
terrible.
pistol.
This thing is
One of
terrible.
the other people is using
Oh
different
my
forms of attacks.
god.
Yeah, they're just not necessarily using the same methodology of attack potency. I don't see why that has anything to do with the potentiality of the actual AP.
He's so terrible. He's so bad. He's so bad. Okay.
Who is that?
You have a probability raiser or not?
This nigga is terrible. Like, oh my god. Okay, 1 second. Okay, here we go.
Here we go. What? Are you going to send another piece of evidence to suggest that it's necessarily the case that they're inferior to Kaido for X statement, or are you going to just give another argument? Okay, it seems to me this is something else. Let me see. What do you think you're doing?
Yeah, I can't address every like low level roach point you give, so let me just ignore this shit. Yeah, no. So they do explicitly try to copy Oden, right? And what Kaido says in response is, "You waste your time with this cheap imitation." They do actually and explicitly use his exact same style and sword technique, and he calls it a cheap imitation, indicating it's not on the same level as Oden. So that's an indicator that it's not in reference to their blade, but actually the power that they're trying to get from their Totsuka paradise. So if you look, well, excuse me. Damn, there's one more thing I was
Yeah, I
trying to
don't
show,
see
but
that
if
cheap
you want to
statement at
respond,
all. I don't see that statement anywhere where Kaido calls it cheap or a ripoff. I don't see that. What are you talking about?
can you
Did you send
read?
it?
Look in the top right.
I just asked you
Of
if you
the of
sent
the
it. Like,
second
what the heck?
scan. Yeah. Look at the second scan on the top right. You waste your time with this cheap imitation. And then they perform Odin's move. So he's calling their swordsmanship with respect to, and they're using the exact same style as Odin, exact same attack, and he refers to that as the cheap imitation. So there's indicators that they're actually talking about their attacks and sword style, not the blade itself.
I didn't just reference the blade itself. I said that they could be attacking in other methodologies, or it just could bear resemblance
Huh?
because of physicality. I don't know if you
Yeah, I
like.
know it.
Yeah,
I know
so
you're just saying
they
it
could just
could
have
be this other thing. What?
yes, due
I'm,
to the
I'm
size of
giving
their
evidence as
body,
to why
right?
it's not.
Like so, like if I had like a very atomic's a bad example. If I had like a miniature version of Zoro performing three sword style, right? I could argue that that would not resemble Zoro due to the size discrepancy between the two, even though he's mimicking his style and he's like a little ant that does three sword style. And like I'm Kaido, and before I step on it, I'm like, you don't resemble Zoro, and I squish him, right? Once again, I don't think that necessitates any sort of inferiority or superiority in regards to their actual attack potency. You're just saying that what's it called?
More of well, okay. I think I
That it's not
did.
resembling them in the sense that it isn't. Hold on, wait. So first of all, the blade shit, I don't think you gave a likelihood towards it not being the case. You did provide a
What?
likelihood towards them providing the same sort of methodology of attack, which is one of the things I questioned. So you did fulfill that, but the other things that you're still ignoring are the resemblance arguments I gave. So you did respond to, and I'm acknowledging that. Just to clarify, right? You said that,
Okay.
oh, well, they use two sword styles, so that would be the same type of attack. Once again, even if that were true, it's still ignoring the other feasible factors, right?
Yeah. Okay. So I did respond to that. You're just again not tracking, which is the common theme here.
You responded to
He's
the way they look being
responding.
different.
Shut the fuck up, you moron, fucking idiot. Shut up. Like I'm saying,
I'm trying to
and it's
clarify
very
what you.
clear here. Yeah, I know I'm clarifying, you idiot. You're trying to ask me to clarify in the middle of me clarifying, dumbass. So, like I'm saying, it's very clear. Um, he's not actually referring. So there's a question as to whether he's just referring to their blades, like in their actual blades, which is retarded, because they're using a very similar style of sword to Odin, or whether they're actually referring to his attacks. Okay, I'm giving evidence that he doesn't match up in the attack. They don't match up in the attack department, which is the consistency that I'm trying to draw. You're simply saying, well, it could be that they're physical blades, but they have a very similar style of sword to Odin. It's actually the exact same style. When you say they don't bear resemblance, no, they're like most of them use katanas very similar to Odin's. That's just not as likely as him saying this and then saying as well, well, their attacks and their sword style are like cheap comparisons to Odin. That's more consistent.
I
And
think
I
that's
was
an
gonna give
expression
more
of age.
consistency with these new scans, but respond to those.
Yeah, I don't think that actually generates a likelihood. I think that you're just expressing
You're
your
a
belief in
retard.
the case that it's more likely, right? Yeah. So also, I didn't claim that they do not bear resemblance. I'm not positing it to be the case. I'm saying it could potentially be the case. I'm providing possible alternate examples. I didn't put forward any
No.
sort of possible example.
What?
Those two things are different. Yeah. So if I say it could be because of their
I just
blade style,
responded to that.
could be
What?
because. Okay, you're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm telling you that you misspoke. But you misrepresented what I said. I didn't make the claim that they are distinct. I said that they could be distinctions. Those are two different things. Mortified
No,
saying
I
that
never
the
said you said
characters do
that.
not
What?
resemble them physically isn't the same thing as Mortified saying that they could resemble. There's a chance in which they do not resemble them physically. Those are two different fucking things, right?
I
So
never
just
said
want to
you
clarify
said
that for
that.
the
What?
audience sake. Yes, you definitely did. I definitely heard you say that.
Oh
Right. So
my god.
just a misrepresentation of what I was saying. I was saying that these other things could be the case, right? You're just expressing your belief when you say that, it's not the case that they don't resemble or whatever the fuck. You're also expressing your belief when you talk about what Kaido would think of them, right? You haven't actually proven any of that to be true because I haven't accepted it to be true and you have not established it to be true within the course of the debate. So I have no reason to accept it to be fucking true, right? As far as that goes. Once again, right, I don't think you've given me a probability raiser that's sufficient enough to interact with what I'm saying because I gave you multiple examples besides the one that you interacted with, which I've already acknowledged that you interacted with. But that still leaves the physicality argument, what's it called?
You're an
Their
idiot.
sword argument, right? Because you expressed your belief when you said that they use the same sword. You didn't provide an evidence to the judge or VC clarifying, right,
They all use
distinctly that you
katanas.
did
I
use the
did.
different same sword.
What? They all
But
use
that's
katana.
a claim.
Sorry, they
That's a
use
claim. That's a claim.
katanas.
That's a claim. One of them uses
It's in the
pistols. That's a
scan.
claim.
What?
One of them uses pistols. One of them uses pistols. That's a claim. One of the scabbards uses pistols.
Wait,
That's
no, no.
also a
I
claim.
clarified. I
It's a
said
claim. It's a
most
claim.
of
It's a
them
claim.
use
It's a claim. It's a claim.
katanas. What?
Most of them, what
They
you're just
all.
hedging this. Geass just infinitely
No, no.
hedges. It's
That's
so
what I.
autistic, bro. Just
That's
be
what
more
I
careful what you
said.
say. Just be
No,
more careful
yeah.
what you
What I
say. Just be more
initially
careful what
said,
you say. Just please be more careful what you
bro.
say. Just like
He's
fucking speed
terrible.
running hedging, bro. You're speed running a hedge right now.
Oh my
Fucking
god.
shit. Oh my
Bro,
god, bro.
yo,
All
yo,
I do is just
Sage,
fucking speed run a
bro,
hedge, bro.
I
Oh my
already
goodness.
clarified this argument. We're going back and forth on some shit I've already responded to. I've explicitly said most of them run katanas. That was my initial claim, right? And their katanas are the exact same style as Oden, right? You can see
That's a
in the
claim.
scan
That's a
they're
claim.
both wait, let me I've already responded to this. They're both using they're sorry, multiple of them are using katanas.
You
And when they
express your
use their
belief.
two wait, stop. When they use their two sword style, they're all using katanas, right? You can see in the scan. And
Again, why
then
does that necessitate them being
but
similar
let
in
me
resemblance? What the
stop.
fuck?
Let me finish. Let me finish.
I'm sorry,
Retard.
retarded.
So like I'm saying, and I'm just gonna give the other consistency. When they actually do slash Kaido, they literally all jump up and like it's 9 times multiplier for the attack, right? He explicitly says it is too shallow. You don't even have enough power to open up the old scar. Meaning, even with all 9 of them, they couldn't scale to Odin, right? So that
Crazy
means with
hedging
this
and
9,
shotgunning from Geass. What you
let
guys
me
are going to
finish.
allow him to do it because he's
Bro,
like, I don't know, concise or
bro,
whatever.
Sage, I'm finna leave. You
Yo,
literally are
yo,
not
more,
moderating shit.
you gotta let him
You
finish.
haven't moderated this whole debate.
And
This
then
fucking idiot gets to
Bro,
talk
he
over
just
me
gave me
every
a
time.
shotgun of doom,
more,
bro.
yeah, more. I understand,
Bro.
but like we said earlier, we cannot keep like stalling this thing up just by addressing every single like individual claim that's made when it's made. Like, let him finish his point, and then if you want to take it point by point through there, I promise you, I will
Oh
not
my god.
let like
Yeah,
anything
Sage, I'm
just
not.
go
Let me
through.
be clear. I've the stuff I said before the last thing, which was that Kaido says they couldn't even open up his old wound. All of that has already been stated. This is just old shit. I'm just trying to
Yeah,
clarify so that he understands, right? All that stuff has
yeah.
been given. I'm not giving anything new. He's responded multiple times. Okay,
Right,
the
so to
only
clarify
thing
for the
I'm giving
judge, I'm
that's
not
the
denying that he
only
sent the evidence, but that's the difference between him
Sage,
accepting
bro.
the
Can I
evidence to be
finish?
true. Like,
Okay,
Yo,
wait,
yo,
Sage,
more.
you're so
Let him finish,
biased.
brother.
This is
More,
crazy.
you
I'm
gotta let
literally
him
finna head
finish.
out. Like this is insane. You won't let this nigga
I
like you won't mute him. You won't do anything.
Geass, I just told him to shut up so you can
Yeah, it's
finish.
called a mute. You don't have to try to
I'm
like
aware
puppy
that
him
there's a mute button, but he has
and mute
listened
him.
whenever I have told him to
He's
shut
not
up.
listening. He's
So
done this
go
like
ahead.
20 times. He's done the same thing
Geass,
like 20 times.
Geass,
Okay.
finish what you're saying.
Okay, thanks. Please be competent next time. All right. So like I'm saying, I've only given one new argument, bro. All I said was Kaido says even when they all stacked their attacks, he still wasn't able to they still weren't able to scale up to Odin's attack, right? That's all I'm trying to get across. That's the only new thing I've said. You can respond. Go ahead.
Do you have any contentions to that, Mort?
Mhm. The one time he
He said
can actually
he's
respond, he's on mute.
He's muted right now. He's muted.
he said he's
Did somebody
taking
else?
this, bro.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Oh damn. Mm-mm-mm. Sage, if
He
you
said
just
he's
let me
taking a
like
piss.
mute him up, let me finish without interruption, I'd be done already. Like holy shit.
Yeah.
I've clear scaling. He's just
Yeah.
being a tard muffin, right?
Yeah, it's definitely reached that point where I'm like, we gotta, if there's any stonewalling or
This thing is
anything that's
trash.
slowing this shit down,
All
I'm
right, bro. All
mad.
right. It's time to get serious. Time to get serious.
Bro, because dead
Okay,
ass, it's been
okay,
like 2
okay,
hours, bro.
okay,
Like we
okay,
gotta
okay,
we
okay,
gotta make this
okay. The
happen.
crowd's gone too crazy. It's been too long. It's time to use Sage Mode Mortified. Let's go.
All right.
All right.
Do you have contentions with what he just claimed?
Oh, so like currently, hello everyone. So no, I don't have any sort of like contentions, necessarily with it being the case that the lot of the scabbards all perform the same sword style, and I can see what Geass is arguing, right? He's basically trying to say that like narratively, it's likely the case that the resemblance should just be associated with general AP, and most of the people in the audience thought that the previous person speaking was being quite disingenuous, and they're getting sick of it. So to progress the dialectic, I'm going to rely now on wittiness and scaling rather than being a rat, because people just don't really want it to happen. So we're going to progress this sort of manner. Yes, I do believe it to be the case that it is likely the case that the scabbards do scale below Kaido, and I would agree that Oden is likely relative to that specific version of Kaido in combat speed. What is the next line of scaling?
Okay, cool. So what? Can you? What's the name? Sage. Can you just grant I want all those points?
Well, he just accepted those claims, so
Yeah. Okay. GG.
yeah,
I'll
you
take that
can move on
concession,
with it.
dumbass nigga. Thank you for that concession. Okay.
You're
So
Yeah,
absolutely welcome.
he
Yes, I'm very
accepted that
glad that that
he
makes you
accepted that he
happy.
scales to that version of that character. Yeah, that was.
yeah, sure. So do you know? Do you agree that the warlord title? Um, excuse me. Do you agree the warlord title is below the Yonko title?
No, I have no evidence or reason to believe
Oh
it to
my
be the case.
god. Oh, this sucks.
Would you
He
like me to
sucks.
provide you probability? Since there's
He's
a lot of people
terrible,
in chat that think I'm a rat, and I know a long list of people, and like people like Chrome,
bro.
right? They like to tell me, I'm not trying to drop no names, but look, they try to tell me, oh, like the reason I'm not fucking with you, whatever, is you don't have enough substance. So now we put on this sort of UK voice, right? I'm gonna go ahead and give you substance. So instead of just being a rat, I'm actually going to respond to Geass adequately and provide an improbability, right, to what he's saying. So we're gonna venture off here to scans. One of the things I'm gonna look
Here, wait.
for
Let me.
is the dark statements over here. So when we talk about, here we are. 1 second here. Copy and paste. So we're gonna do. So I want everyone to look here and just check in scans here. Hold
This
on.
nigga's trash, bro. Like, shit. Why is this nigga so
I
ass,
think
bro?
especially noble. Actually, sorry, I'm not supposed to be using that anymore. I don't know why you uphold that opinion, but hopefully I can convince you otherwise by the end of this debate. Kudos to you. All right. Anyways, so right here, Golf is talking about, one of the points that I lost according to Geass's argumentation, right? People don't understand that I've completely 5D chess manipulated all of you due to the things that happened previously. So what occurred was that a lot of points were agreed upon via concession according to Geass, and that's perfectly fine with me because we would take things like author statements and character statements and things like that into consideration. So we don't have to go into circles about the validity of this. Now, with that in mind, thankfully to my own applicants as bait, we now can just argue. Garp says there are numerous pirates out there. However, he is one of the most four powerful pirates alongside Whitebeard. We call those pirates who reign like emperors. Over the latter half of the Grand Line, the four emperors. The Marine headquarters and Shikubai exist in order to counterbalance these four. So their power is so influential that should these three powers, I quote, three powers become unbalanced, the peace of the world would crumble. I don't really understand, but I'm happy to hear they're doing fine. I miss them. So that's the entirety of what the scan says. So the last part was a bit irrelevant, but I'm a little faded. All that really matters there, though, right, is we have evidence that suggests within the series that we're both representing that, in fact, the opposing notion should be suggested, considering that these three powers are sort of like evening each other out, right? And it's like, you know what I mean? Like he's just saying that if one of them is just gone, then it's all fucked up. So to me, that further would rather suggest that it's
Where's the
unlikely
scan
that they are
from?
just below the 4
Yeah,
empesos.
where's the scan
Excuse
from,
me, I'm
bro?
talking, right? And then
Oh, my
since
bad.
I sent the scan and scans, another thing too, right? Since the Geass has been shotgunning me the whole fucking time, and you guys are saying, well, that's just a syllogism mortified, and if P then Q and blah blah. Okay, so we're going to work on that sort of manner, right? We're going to go at the debate in this function, since Geass beat me up on the previous points, right? So it would be the case that we would follow the debate in X functionality. So I'm also allowed to do this. Another piece of evidence that I could appeal to is there's several statements that people want to send me the DM or scan that's completely fine of all the evidence that suggests that Mihawk is the strongest swordsman. They'd be very useful. I mean, I have some of the scans. I can look for them myself right now to see what I do have. However, Mihawk being the strongest swordsman would have him upscale characters like Silver's Rayleigh and Shanks. Shanks, whom of which is an emperor, right? And then Silver's Rayleigh, who scales to Kizaru, who's stated to be the fastest admiral, and he's also stated to be Marine Headquarters' greatest force. So that would put those two swordsmen below Mihawk, and that character Mihawk in question
Like
is
he's
one of
got
the
the wait.
warlords.
Why is he
I think that
side
everything that
Mihawk
I've told
scaling?
you will suffice a likelihood
Bro,
towards it
what?
being the case on the opposing notion that
Bro, why?
rather
No, Sage. Why
the
is he like
warlords
giving
actually
side
are
scaling
quite
for a
strong and
relevant
indeed
character? What the
possibly
fuck?
comparable to that of the
Well,
Emperor.
if you want to call out a shotgun, you are more than welcome, brother.
Yeah, that's a shotgun. What does the Rayleigh shit have to do with the initial argument? What the fuck?
What do you mean? What did it have to do with it? Do you want me to hold your
You
hand
gave an
and
initial
walk you down the
argument.
line of argumentation?
Yeah, you gave an initial argument about the three powers being unbalanced, meaning that there is some balance between those three forces, right? You gave some other shit
Yes.
about Rayleigh. Can I address the like? I didn't even like understand. Can I address the first part about the three powers being unbalanced? It was
I
like your
think you
initial
could,
argument.
but I'm allowed to do what you've done to me according with the own verdict that you agreed to, because you said that I conceded to the points that you won, and one of the things that was underwent in the initial plan of mine
He's
was to
retarded.
be the case that we would go and debates not point by point, rather that we'd have
No,
to
I only
address each
agreed to
other.
one by one. What? He
I don't
brought
know
that
if
up, and
that's
I
true, Sage.
explicitly
Did we
said
not
one
agree
by
that,
one.
like, remember,
What?
Sage, you were telling me that I'm not allowed to do like the ratty shit where like I interject and then like I
Bro.
immediately like, you know what I mean? Like I thought it was like
so what
I'm
was
not allowed
was
to call out
technically
every point
said
or whatever,
is
because
because
I think that I should be granted the
well,
same
hold
jurisdiction.
on,
No, that's bullshit.
more, hold on. What I technically said was Mort is going to make you go claim by claim, like literally the smallest things, unless like if we don't want to do that, then we can allow for multiple claims. And you can call out shotguns. I said we can make 3 claims, and you said, well, no, just one argument, but there are certain like just let me get through my argument. So yes, you did say one by one in terms of arguments, but not in terms of claims. So that's why I was like sitting
Multiple
here this whole
arguments, though.
time waiting for you to pull
Yeah, those
out
are
a
multiple
shotgun.
arguments. Yeah, he's literally
So
saying because of this
That's
reasoning,
fine. Okay, that's fine.
the
No, I agree. I
Yonko and
want to make this
the Shichib,
debate as
like
comfortable and
what?
convenient for my opponent as possible. So we will temporarily retract those claims, and I have them ready in my gun, loaded, ready to fire. But if you don't want to be bombarded because
This
of your
nigga's
intellectual
retarded.
incompetence, that's fine with me. If you're not able to
Bro,
process
just go
the
through.
lines of scaling that I gave
Bro,
you
all
oh my
initially,
right,
god,
Mort.
just let me
All right,
respond, bro. You don't have
Mort,
to give a speech, nigga.
So yeah, what's you want to go ahead and address his first argument?
Mhm.
There was a lot there.
Oh, thank you for the help, future.
Let me
Anyone else,
respond,
like,
yeah.
just slide the if anyone has the Mihawk shit, like, he's the strongest swordsman, like, above Shanks, all that other bullshit.
Wait, no, bro, go to the first. He's slow. Go to the
I'm
first
just
point. The
asking
first.
the audience for evidence, man. No need
Okay,
to get
sure,
so
sure, sure. If you
aggro,
want
bro.
it for
Chill.
yeah, if you want it for later, that's cool. That's cool. Okay.
Yes, bro.
So
You
the
fucking.
first.
I'm sorry. I
Sure,
almost
sure,
called you a
sure.
monkey.
Okay, bro. Sure, sure, sure. Okay, fine. So the
All right.
first point on the three balanced forces, right? So at the time, if that's true, so I kind of have two arguments to respond to this. So I'll give you the first one. Okay, so if there's 1/4, right? 1/4, that's 25% of the power goes to one person, right? In a group. If there's 1 in 7, what percentage is that?
What percentage is that? What you? I can't tell if you're asking you rhetorically or not. If you want to just continue your argument,
You
please.
probably don't know. That's not a rhetorical question. It's about 14%, right? That means the Yonko are specifically and clearly, even by your own metric for your first argument, stronger than the fucking warlords. It has to be the case. There's 7 warlords and 4 Yonko. If two forces balance each other and you get 4 people giving the same output as 7 people, that means the 4 have to be stronger than the 7. Or sorry, individually, they have to be stronger than the 7, just to be redundant and clarify. So even by your own argument, you just proved my point. You want to respond, and can we go to the next one?
I think that there's a possibility in which like your sort of inductive thing is like flawed. Like, are you not considering the possibility that say
This nigga arguing
maybe
with basic division.
No, I'm not gonna wait. Why are you presupposing that I'm gonna argue? What are you? Do you are like a psychic? Do you have a methodology to determine what I'm going to argue next? Can you please fill the VC? And I'd
You
love
are
to hear it.
terrible, nigga. Stop debating. Stop.
Okay, wait. So if you're not going to do that, that's fine. So I'm just going to continue what I was saying because you were interrupting me, right? And you said I was terrible or something like that. You like interjecting. Like you cry a lot about me interjecting you, but I don't do it to insult you.
You stink,
I
nigga.
do it
Just
to clarify.
give the bad argument. Give the bad argument. Stop wasting my time. Go.
Give the bad argument. Okay, so you're the one that's saying that X follows, right? You're in the affirmative, not me. Okay, so if that's to be the case, I come to you with an alternate interpretation. How do we know that it can't just be the case via logical possibility, right? That these characters do not even scale to each other. For example, if you want me to provide more substance, because I know people. Here's the deal,
It's
right?
in the skin.
I tried to provide substance last time, but I was accused of shotgunning, which I understand. However, if I provide substance now to further give an improbability towards the opposing notion, then I would have to make more points. So that has to be
It's hard,
understood.
my friend. Wait,
Now,
I'm saying on this scan alone. Wait,
once
stop.
you
I'm
get
saying on this scan alone. You're not even understanding my argument. On this scan
on this,
alone, the one you provided, your own argument supports my point by definitionally, right? If 2 forces are equal and there's one individual out of 4 producing the same amount as 1 out of 7, that means the 1 out of 4 have to be producing
so
more.
you're
They
just
have to be
repeating yourself.
stronger.
So you
It's
interrupted me and you
yes.
repeat
I'm
yourself. That
saying
was
by
it.
this definition,
Say,
even
what
in
the
your
fuck
own
is this then?
argument,
He
my
interrupts
argument
me
is
and
true.
repeats his argument. Are you kidding me? Is that what we're doing? Like bloody
Okay,
hell.
go
Just
ahead. Give the next scan. Give the next scan.
Go ahead, Mark.
Like what the hell, Sage? Like he just interrupts me and then repeats his argument. What the fuck was that? Utterly stupid. Okay, so anyways,
Okay, I clarified so he can respond, but sure, go ahead.
clarify so you can respond. I mean, we don't even know that to be true, that expression of your belief. Anyways, I'm done with your more
Bro.
new. I'm using Sage now, my bad. So right, so with this in mind, again, it's really hard when you interrupt me and do that shit. It derails the conversation. And I smoke weed, so it makes it hard for me to track. But give me a second to sort up my software real quick. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking in the head.
Yeah, you can chuck
One of the things that you
Wolverine.
were talking about was
You are terrible as fuck. Like,
well, hold
please
on.
never debate again.
I mean, it's a form of diversion using a debate
Me
topic.
and my
Right?
friend Dario will do
You know
the
what I mean?
Iron Man.
Anyways, right. So
Okay,
what we're
this
talking
nigga
about.
just said. This nigga just said.
Relax. Right, so I understand it now. So one of the things that we were talking about, we have to take into consideration, right? Or I believe we should take into consideration. Excuse me. Would be that there's a possibility in which these characters in question do not necessarily scale to each other adequately or evenly, right? If you want, I can provide the VC and argument as for why Big Mom is blatantly, via probability, the weakest Yonko out of the 4, which would indicate that it's not necessarily valid to use some sort of mathematical equation to
You said she's the
determine
weakest?
this sort of relativity. I'm talking, Geass. Can you not interrupt me, please?
Sorry,
So
I was
if
trying to make
that
sure
was
I heard
true,
you.
can
You
you
said
shut
she's
the
the
fuck up?
weakest?
Oh, so I don't get to ask for clarification, but you do? What is this double standard?
I literally didn't hear something.
I'm a fucking monkey. Can you please stop interrupting me?
Okay, my bad. Sorry, I didn't hear
my
what
bad.
you
Yeah,
said.
exactly. You don't like it being done to you. You're a bloody fucking hypocrite, Geass. You're a fucking hypocrite.
Just finish the bad argument. Just go ahead, bro.
Okay, Geass, I'm going to finish the bad argument, right? It would just be the case that if you lose to it, then you lost to a bad argument. Now, I'm going to continue, right? This is the third time he's interrupted me, Sage. This is utter fucking bullshit. Like, when I do, it's a problem. He fucking cries.
Go ahead and continue.
I'm not even complaining, right? So, okay, anyways, okay. Once again, there's a possibility in which the characters in question do not scale to each other. I brought up Big Mom with the expression of my belief, saying that I can posit via probability. But if he wants to, I can prove it, right? That it's likely the case that Big Mom is the weakest out of the 4 Yonko at the time. I do believe it to be the case that Hybrid Kaido is stronger. I believe that Shanks is stronger. Luffy's stronger. Fucking old Whitebeard's probably stronger. I mean, the list goes on and on. I think that she's one of the worst Yonko we've ever seen. So if this is to be true, I'm not saying that it necessarily is true. We can get into that if you want to argue it as far as the likelihood goes. But besides that, if that were to be the case, one of the things we have to consider then there is that there's this blatant possibility, rather even a probability with the evidence sufficed on top of that, that the characters in question do not scale to each other directly, inheriting this sort of relativity. So I believe that your mathematical equation has a flaw in it if you're going to ignore that possibility, because that would then possibly be presupposing that the rate at which you divide them is to be adequate, right? Just off the numerical value, which might not necessarily be true, because it could be the case that, let's say, hybrid Kaido and like is like the strongest Yonko. Actually, he's one of the strongest Yonkos you've ever seen. I do think he's one of the strongest characters. I'm glad your character is not fucking Kaido, right? Because he's one of the strongest characters with One Piece we've ever seen so far, and I believe it to be the case that he's a little bit above the rest of the Yonko class.
Get to the fucking point, bro.
So hold on, wait, I'm trying to talk here. Anyways, right. So
Do
what
you
I'm
ever
saying here,
stop?
do I ever stop? I mean, yeah, I do stop at times. But anyway, so one of the things I'm really saying here, right, because I haven't really been making claims, I'm just saying if this, if that, if this, if that, right? So just be very clear and being very careful with the words I'm saying, okay? I'm not saying none of this is true. Just with the Big Mom shit, we've taken that into mind. Now I'm talking about with Kaido, right? I don't want you to derail me anymore. I'm almost done with the point. We're really close. Just let me get the rest of it out. So if Kaido is stronger, then it could be the case that he's carrying more of the weight in regards to the Yonko class, which would be a justifier towards the possible counter towards your numerical bullshit about how, oh, if you divide it this way, blah, blah, blah. So you strongman me with a presupposition and initially say that, oh, I'm going to go against math. No, I'm not going against math. I'm not saying that your math in itself is wrong. It mathematically is true numerically based off the representations of numbers provided within the series. That's fine. It's 7 warlords, 4, and then 3 admirals. Of course, that's okay. But what I'm telling you is, if the warlords themselves fluctuate, which I can give arguments for, Doflamingo was able to beat Gecko Moria. That's a claim, but I can prove that. And then Mihawk, I hope you would agree, is above Doflamingo. So if Mihawk's above Doflamingo and Doflamingo is above fucking Gecko Moria, right, then there would be layers to the warlords. So they're not inherently all scaling to each other. Rather, the statement is saying that as a group, these 3 groups balance each other out because of the collective power that they hold. So you provided me this mathematical bullshit. I don't believe it's a sufficient feature to what I'm saying because of what the fuck I just said.
Bro, Sage, bro, he just spoke for like 3 minutes straight.
If you'd like to, you can do this.
So now, more what's going to happen is you're going to let him respond to everything that you just said.
Of course.
Geass, use your accent. You both have W accents, but that's it.
He trying to accent to like hide his fucking argument suck dick. But I don't need to do that, right?
Like an assumption. I don't know if you could prove that, but go ahead.
Oh my god, it's trash. But okay. Well, if you're agreeing Big Mom is weaker, that just means there's more for Kaido and the rest. So that just means Kaido's above. You literally just upscale Kaido, right? In that case, that just means Kaido is significantly stronger. Well, at least the rest of the Yonko, including Kaido, are stronger than Big Mom. So even in that case, that just upscales them, right? Now, if you're just saying that there's some difference between the warlords, where they don't necessarily scale to each other, they have to at least be somewhat in the regime of one another. Otherwise, they couldn't counterbalance, right? So if let's just say Doflamingo hogged all the I guess the power, he was the strongest and held like 90% of the warlord's strength, um, there wouldn't be any need for other people to fight, right? It just would be this one guy that can I mean maybe like 2 or 3 people that could balance this level, right? I don't know how you would prove that, but I agree with you. It's like an open possibility that they could just be significantly varying in their kind of abilities, right? All I'm saying here is, even if that's true, I'm just upscaling Kaido right now. All I'm trying to do is put Kaido at this level where he's above Warlord. I don't actually give a fuck if the Warlords individually have like varying powers. I actually kind of agree with that. Oh, I'm just saying, as long as he's above Warlord level, that's fine. That's all I'm trying to prove. Like the other shit really doesn't matter. That's just not relevant to our argument.
Right, again, so I don't know if you caught what I said about Mihawk. If you want me to prove that he's above Shanks,
I don't care about Mihawk. I'm only scaling Kaido above Doflamingo. That's all I'm doing.
Right, so I don't
if you want
think
to
that
say
what
Mihawk,
you care for invalidates an
bro,
argument. If you were to say
Oh my
otherwise,
God.
it would be an argument from incredulity, right? So your care does not matter. I
That's
think
just
that
not
your care
relevant.
for a
That's
matter
not
matters
relevant.
not.
Oh my
Huh?
God.
How can you
None of
deem
that
what
is
I'm
relevant
saying
to the
irrelevant
argument.
before I
What?
provide a chain scale to you? What on the shit fuck? How would you even
it
know?
doesn't. All I'm trying to do is put Kaido above this warlord level of Doflamingo. I don't care You could say Mihawk scales somewhere, fucking Moria scales somewhere. That's fine. I actually don't give a shit. All I'm showing is that he himself scales above Doflamingo as a warlord, right? That's it, right? So
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
just
know if we
showing
can prove that.
consistent. Wait, stop, bitch. Damn. Can I finish? So I'm just showing consistently if these people and you just upscale Kaido, he's somewhere over 25% of the Yonko strength, consistently scales above these people, right? And they balance each other. That means that there is an increased likelihood that these Yonko level characters do scale above the warlords, right? For example, if I can show Kaido's consistently above warlord level, that means it's more likely Yonkos are above warlord level. If I can show who the fuck else? Goddamn Shanks is above warlord level. That means that I can show it's more consistent. If I can
No,
show
I don't think
Big
that's
Mom's
true.
above warlord level, it's
No, I
just a
don't think that's true.
consistency. That's
No, I don't think
all
that's
right.
true. Like,
Wait,
Mihawk
hold
has
on. Okay,
blatantly
so
stated several times to be the world's strongest swordsman, the world's greatest swordsman, the most skilled swordsman. He has the
bro,
strongest physical blade. I do believe it to be the case that there's a high end probability to suggest that he's above Shanks, and he's a fucking warlord.
wait, okay, hello. Wait, that doesn't even matter, right? Even if I hate to be like super, I mean, kind of destroy your hopes. Even if you were to show Mihawk, this was true for Mihawk, that's just an outlier, right? If I can show it's true for 6 out of the 7 people, that just means I've showed a higher consistency. Even if you were somehow to prove that, it's not relevant, right? Because I would be showing 4 out of these people scale above, I think it's like 6 out of 7 is like 80 something percent. So I'm saying my assessment would be true almost 80 something percent of the time even if you do show the Mihawk shit, right? So we can go through it one by one. So is Big Mom stronger than the Warlords, even if you exclude Mihawk?
Why is that true? What the hell?
Okay, so you're gonna deny that like a retard. Okay, cool.
What? No, what I told you was that these people as groups could balance each other out depending on who's carrying
It's not
them. So even
relevant to
if
my
we go with the
argument.
interpretation that Mihawk and what the fuck's his face? Kaido, excuse me, sorry about that. Even if we go with the interpretation that they're carrying their teams, that doesn't change the fact that in the statement it says that their power is so influential that should these 3 powers become imbalanced, the world should crumble, right? So it's saying that
Doesn't
regardless of
matter.
the
It's
means
not
at which
relevant.
we indicate that they are balanced, they simply are by some means. But you would be the one presupposing that they are equivocally balanced due to a numerical representation. And I don't
But no,
think that
I'm saying
necessarily
you're not understanding. I'm saying even if you do show some, you're not understanding, and I've already said this. Even if you do show some variants like Mihawk hogs, like all of the power, it doesn't demonstrate, or sorry, that doesn't deny the consistency when I demonstrate that more often than not, the Yonko are going to be over the Warlords, right? So I agree with you. It's possible what you're saying has some kind of outlier with Mihawk, maybe.
Did you show that it's more than likely
Wait,
Big Mom's over Doffy?
stop, you fucking moron. I'm doing that. So I'm just showing that it is more often than not true, right? Even if you did prove that point. So we can go through it one by one. Okay, Kuma. Okay, I'll give you a quick feed. Do you know Zoro's able to respond to Kuma?
Zoro's able
Literally,
to
like
respond to Kuma.
early Zoro can respond to Kuma.
Yeah, but don't you think that there's a possibility in which he's holding back?
This nigga is trash. Oh my god. Why is he doing this? He's so terrible.
So you're the one making the. Oh my bad. So I have to turn on KCM Mortified again. 1 second. Give me like a minute. Hold on.
Nigga is terrible. Please ban him from debating. Like he's just so bad. He's so bad.
Okay. All right. So one of the things we have to go over here is we must understand that Geass is the one who made the positive claim that like Zoro was able to do X thing. So Mortified, he's not the one who's like obligated with proving to him this improbability or whatever, but just to appease Geass,
Bro,
and
is he
he's like, you know,
retarded?
little girl Silverback having us, I will then give him a reason to support an improbability.
I got beat it to
The reason I'm going to be doing this is because a lot of people think, right? The reason they're going to be doing this game is because a lot of people fucking think, a lot of fucking shut the fuck up,
Bro,
stop fucking
Saints,
interrupting
I'm
me, go
never
fucking stupid
debating
bitch,
your
shut
shit
up,
again. This
bloody
is
chicken that they're
so
fucking us,
biased.
stop
Like this
fucking
nigga's
interrupting
just
me, stupid
rambling.
bitch, I'm going KCM fucking mortified mode now, shut the other fuck up, I'm
He's
in the
just
middle of
using an
talking, I have
accent.
not been disrespectful to anybody,
No,
stop
he's
disrespecting me, you
rambling. He's
stupid bitch,
literally
I'm in the middle
repeating
of the
same
dialectic.
shit.
You are not allowing me to
He's
progress.
literally summing up the debate right now.
Yeah, okay,
All
I'm
right.
not.
Hey, Mort, get to the point, brother.
All right, so I'm going to continue, right, with my line of scaling, okay? So, once again, the thing we're going to be going over, right, okay? It is not
Why is he
Mortified's
repeating
job
summing up the
to prove
debate?
his
What
claim.
can
I
I
do
just
not
prove
have to
the?
give him probability towards his position because he's the one that's
Sage,
telling me this
wait,
thing
I'm
about
gonna leave
Zoro
in
in
a
relation
second.
to
This is
Kuma,
literally a waste of my
right?
time.
Why in the fuck are you
But
talking
no,
while I'm
this
talking?
nigga
Why are
is
you talking while I'm
trash, and
talking?
you are
Okay,
so.
hey, Mort,
No, you are so
Talking.
biased.
Yes,
This
you're not
nigga is
supposed to be talking when
literally.
I'm talking.
He's
Talking,
literally
okay?
just
No, you're
recapping
not.
the
No,
debate.
you're
He's
not.
done this
No,
like.
you're not.
Mort,
I'm gonna be quiet.
Mort. Hey, Mort, you
Ask
gotta
me
get
the
to the point,
question
dude.
why, and you let him just
You gotta get to the
recap the
point.
debate for like 3 minutes straight. What the fuck?
Okay, Mort, you gotta get to the point.
I'm going. I'm sorry about that. He just keeps interrupting. Okay, so basically, right? I'm not trying to give some sort of summary, bro. I'm just clarifying, right? Oh my gosh, right? Okay, so now that we all know it's not Mortified's job, I then am going to appease the audience anyway, right? Because I've been saying a lot of debaters out there, they think that I'm bad at debate because the only time I win, which grant I have won far more debates than lost, but I only
Mort,
debate,
this is a non-sequitur,
like
bro.
tier
You
5
gotta get to
people
the
and
point,
stuff
dude.
like that, right? And they want me to have more substance, bro. And I understand. So from now on, as the debate to progresses, I'm going to provide improbability even when I'm not obligated with doing so. I'm going to hunt his points down and assassinate them even when I don't fucking have to.
Okay,
He's
you
the one
have
that
to
made the
address
claim
it directly,
that
brother.
what's that called?
To the
Kuma, like
audience.
whatever. So what I'm saying is like I'm giving the argument.
I'm
I'm
gonna
giving the
leave. This
argument.
is
Okay, so
retarded.
Kuma, we know that, right? If someone wants to help me out with scans, it's likely the case that Kuma will be holding back because of his role as a spy in the Revolutionary Army. Okay, so we know that he's connected, right, to fucking like Dragon, right? And we know that Dragon is like Luffy's like biological fucking like father, right? We know that to be true, right? So it just could be the case that in that instance, it's consistent for him to not necessarily, right, use the force applicable towards the crew. Because, for example, not only was he able to send away all of the Straw Hats to safety, granted, putting them in like convenient locations to where they would not be found by Kizaru, he literally helped Luffy's allies get away, right? So that further indicates that he would be not going all out against this crew because he knows of their fucking intentions due to him being connected to their father, likely, right? Because he's a revolutionary spy, okay? So if all that's to be the case, and if you want to question his conventional power, I'll even provide more improbability. Since if you want to say, oh well, maybe like he could just be exerting his all-out power, or like he could be, using more force even when he's holding back. But like, no, to further fucking disprove that, even though I don't fucking have to, right? Because I'm gonna fucking absolutely just boom, 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 right? We also know that he was sent by the world government, right, to help Gecko Moria, okay? Gecko Moria, who is capable of going sub-relative with the entire Straw Hat crew at once, which included a Gear 2 Luffy, right? So,
Okay.
He's
Hey,
literally
Mort,
just yapping.
Mort. All right, more.
it's likely the case that Kuma is not going all out.
Okay,
Bro,
going
Sage,
for
can
like
you
4
mute him,
minutes
bro?
straight. Hey,
So Mort,
I'm
you
gone,
just
bye. You guys,
Mort.
this
So you
is
just
so
went over
biased.
two. Hold on, brother. So you just went over two separate like strings of argument, and up into that point, you talked for like dead ass like 3 minutes, just explaining why you're gonna go over it. We cannot be doing that, dude. So Geass, he gave you
Just
two
force
separate arguments
conclusions.
to try to he
Gonna
gave
do
you
that.
two separate arguments to try to prove or to try to add improbability
bro, I know
to
what
your
he's
claim.
doing. It's just terrible. Okay.
So
he
you can
he
address
gave the
both of them.
response that he could be holding back. Okay, that's great. I'm not even. No, I'm actually gonna say I'm not even gonna interact with that. I can agree. It's possible he's holding back. I don't give a fuck. Holy shit! I'll just prove it for the majority. It's very simple. Okay. I'm not gonna waste my time on that bullshit. I don't have time for this nigga to just ask, prove he's going all out 100 more times, okay?
No, that's not what I did, right? I
Mortified,
gave
you're getting
two
blown the
like
fuck out of
solid
the
arguments for
This
why
is
it's
very
unlikely
Okay,
to
goddamn
cool,
prove or
cool,
what the
cool.
fuck.
Okay,
And I
all right,
still get
Mort, you gotta let him
shit
finish.
for the fuck one.
Okay, damn.
Mort,
Okay,
you gotta let him
stop.
finish.
Okay. Okay, cool. So at this point, is he stronger than Buggy? Is Kaido stronger than Buggy?
What is the relevance of this question, right?
Buggy's a warlord. Is Kaido
Because I
stronger than
sense a
Buggy?
false equivalency, but I don't want to
Is
presume,
Kaido
so I'm just
stronger
going to
than
ask the question.
Buggy? Is Kaido stronger than Buggy?
Once again, right, I'm asking for relevance on the question
I
because
just
I am
answered. He's a
sensing with my
warlord,
spider sense.
dumbass.
My spider sense is tingling. It's tingling. Tingling, right? And it's
I'm
telling
leaving.
me that
No,
you're
no, Sage,
representing
you
a
are
false
biased
equivalence.
as
But I
fuck.
don't know
This
to be
shit
true,
was
so I'm going to
so
give you a
fucking
chance. I'm
set up.
asking the question.
This nigga
No,
is terrible.
he
He
just
doesn't
asked you the
respond.
relevance of the
You
question,
let him
dude.
monologue for
What the
like
fuck?
fucking 80 minutes.
What the fuck?
Geass,
He's
he
trying to
just
Never
asked
present
you
me
answer
the
this
shit
relevance.
directly.
gubernatorial bullshit. I have to just accept
Geass,
it.
Geass, he just asked you the relevance of the question.
No, he said more than
I
that.
mean,
He
he's
keeps
spelling out,
stalling.
bro.
He
Fucking
just
gorilla,
he
ask
stalls
Ninja,
every
bro.
time he talks.
This is true, but he asked you the relevance of the question.
The relevance, you know,
Bro,
the right. He
I
said
just
because he's a
answered this.
captain.
He's a warlord. I already answered this. He just asked me the same shit 4
Okay.
more times.
So the relevance is that he's a warlord. Do you have anything to say to that? And please, for God's fucking sake, keep it concise.
Yes, I'll keep it as concise as possible, I promise. Right? So we can put a 30-second timer on me starting 2 seconds ago, right? So to answer that, yes. What's it called? I can provide more than probability since people want substance. Substance is modified. Okay, right. So that's a statement so we can help me grab it. Bo Hancock says that we were selected as warlords because of our power, right? So if he wants to do this probability shit, I'll tell him, right, that it's most likely the case to be consistent that the warlords overall outscale Buggy in terms of scaling, considering that Doflamingo, Crocodile, Boa Hancock,
For sure,
fucking,
just
and the
answer. Is
rest
he
of them,
over
right, would
Buggy?
vastly outscale. Wait. So they would vastly outscale Buggy.
What?
So there's an alternate possibility to be taken into consideration that's not necessarily associated with power. So it could be the case that Buggy is a warlord for other reasons
I've
that are
already
not
granted,
due to
bro. I've
power.
already granted, bro. I can agree there can be other things. I'm asking, is he over Buggy? That's all I asked you.
There can be other things. So then why would he be in a equivalent synonymous to what we're talking about, right? Because if you're trying to argue
He's
for
literally
power,
stonewalling
why does
and
it
not
matter if you're
answering.
like
Bro,
you're trying to compare to the
have to
guy
go
that
in a
doesn't
second.
fucking
This
fight,
is
bro? Doesn't even
this
make
is
any
one of the worst
comparing it to
moderated
the guy
debates
that's
I've
so great
ever
that
been a
doesn't
part
throw
of. What
hands.
the
It doesn't
fuck?
make sense, bro.
Guys, I hate to be a dick. Please don't debate in the
asked,
server. This is so
yeah,
biased.
he asked what the relevance of the
He
question was.
asked.
You
I know
told
what
him
he
he's a
asked. I
warlord.
heard him. What?
Let me finish. He asked what the relevance of the question was. You said because he's a warlord, and then he just gave what seemed to be examples of the
Of it not
contrary
being
of that.
power
You
based. I'm
called out
asking
one
him,
of.
is
Well,
it
hold on.
true?
You
Oh my
got
God.
you. Okay. Oh shit! My earbud's dying. Okay. So you asked more about whether or not he thinks is stronger than Buggy, and he asked the relevance of that question. Now he's not obligated technically to answer that question directly. Would I like to?
Okay, cool. Let me respond
Please,
then.
for fuck's sake,
Okay, cool.
Wait,
Yeah, that's fine.
unless
That's
there
fine.
is
I
a
agree.
reason for you not to answer that, like, or it's gonna hurt your argument in some way. Either
No,
answer
I don't.
it
I can
or why
agree
you don't want to.
that Kaido is stronger than Buggy. Yes, he's
Okay.
even
Cool.
stronger
Next.
than
Okay, next
Buggy.
one. Okay, cool. Next one. So,
Wait, hold
okay,
on.
do you
Wait, why
agree?
are we just going to skim past what I said though? Like, what the fuck?
That doesn't. It's not relevant to my argument, you moron. Just telling me some shit I didn't ask isn't relevant. Okay,
Wait,
is Kaido
why
stronger
is
than
it not
Gecko? Shut
relevant?
up,
I'm
bitch.
pointing
Is
out that,
Kaido stronger than Gecko Moria?
bro. Okay, so like, let's say that like you're like indoctrinated into like this crip gang, right? And then like there's another gang of people.
He's
Who,
literally
like,
no.
Yo,
Sage, he's
more.
cutting off my
What the
argument
Bro,
to
fuck?
can
ask
you
me a
please?
question.
Bro, what the
He
fuck?
isn't. If I'm not done with my argument, can I finish the argument? I'm only asking.
Well,
and
you
stopping
asked
my
him a
argument.
question, brother.
No. I'm only stop. I'm only asking him a question so I can continue my argument. If his response is not a response to my argument, may I please finish my own argument?
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's not a
more. Are
pause
you
for him
gonna
to interrupt. It's
more?
just a question
Okay.
to continue the
So more.
argument. That's it.
If he's gonna ask you questions, and you have to either answer them directly, or you have to give reason as to why you don't feel obligated to, and then if you don't, then he gets to continue with his scaling or his questioning.
All right, so just continue with your fucking scaling, bro. Like,
Yeah,
trust me,
that's
bro.
all I'm trying to do. I'm only asking you yes or no to get to the actual
No,
argument. That's all I'm trying
fuck
to
it. I'm
do.
just gonna start saying I don't know, bitch. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You agree Kaido's over Gecko Moria? Okay, my guess is you're gonna rat because you're
I think that
okay.
he's like actually canonically win the relative to him, bro. So I don't know about that one actually.
Wait, that was
Do you want a scan for that? Indicator
that
that
was
they
like
fought
20
for like
years ago.
more than a day.
That was like 20 years ago. That was 20 years ago. I'm saying currently.
Oh, so you're referencing current Kaido? No, I don't think
Yeah,
that's enough
yeah.
to suggest that current Gecko is relative to current Kaido. No.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for not being a rat. Okay. Does Crocodile scale to fucking Kaido?
Which version of Crocodile are we talking about?
The one we're talking about, this statement, which was like pre-time skip, so around 2 or so years ago, 2 to 3 years ago from the current story.
Okay, you have to be more specific, brother. Do we mean like Alabasta,
Yeah, from
or
this.
do we mean like Impel Down?
Yeah, around it would be around Alabasta pre-time skip. Yeah. Between
No, unfortunately,
Alabasta and
there's a lot of
Marineford, if you need
improbability
like
there to suggest
specifics.
that crocodiles
Yeah,
basically feel level
exactly.
at that
Dur.
point in the series.
Yeah, for sure. That's like kind of
Okay,
obvious.
sure.
Okay, is
But
Law at that point scaling
there's a
to
lot of things
Kaido?
I have to say about this warlord on One Piece
Wait,
a
is
little bit.
Kaido?
We talk about like this
Bro.
stuff, but we'll get to that.
Okay, is
That's fine.
Kaido scaling to Law at this point? Law pre-time skip.
I mean, okay, like I just keep this in my back pocket. I'm gonna write this down really quick. 1 second. I don't want to forget.
Oh my god, this should not take anywhere near as long as what you're doing.
One the thing, right? So we're talking about Buggy.
Yeah, just so you guys know, we got 25 more minutes, and then we got to wrap this
Yeah,
shit up.
the time is like escalating because you're not moderating, bro. He's literally rambling. If you timed us,
bro.
I would literally be taking a third or a fourth.
You guys are gonna have a timer on each of your answers.
Okay, I have to stop trolling. I have to stop trolling. I have to lock. I'm gonna stop trolling. I'm gonna stop trolling. Oh my gosh.
30 seconds or less.
All right,
this could have been over, but okay, sure. Okay,
Just
fucking
motherfucking.
Okay, Crocodile, bro. Pre-time skip Crocodile. There's Kaido skill over him. Please don't be a tart.
Yeah.
Okay, Dur. Law.
When he was a warlord, yeah. When he was a warlord,
sure.
yeah, bro. Shit.
Sure. Okay, Boa Hancock.
I don't know. Her powers ambiguous.
Oh my god. Okay, whatever. We can put a maybe there. I don't give a fuck. Jinbei.
Wait, maybe as in probably or
bro? Maybe? What is this?
Bro, does he scale over Jinbei? Pre-time skip.
Nah, nigga. Maybe as in not sure, or maybe as in it's likely, bitch. We're not sneaking nothing past me, man. We do it.
No, I'm saying maybe as in we unknown so far.
Okay, thank you. All right, cool. My bad. Let's go.
Okay, Jinbei. Does he scale over Jinbei?
Shit. Oh my god.
Pre-time skip Jinbei.
When we say over, what do we mean? Because now we're getting into like.
Does he beat him in a fight? Does he beat him in a fight?
High diff, extreme diff.
I would say that
that
could be fine.
They're comparable. So you cool with him being comparable?
I can leave that ambiguous. I'm not gonna agree to that part. The only thing I need to know is if he wins or not, right? So that's the wait, stop. That's the majority of the warlords at this time, right? So this statement shows that consistently Kaido is over these characters on a more consistent basis than not, right? So generally, it is true Kaido's stronger than the warlords individually. So you would have to give some specific case, right, as to why Doflamingo is over Kaido at this point. If not, right, that just means I upscale my character, right, to a level that's above your character, okay? Because that means that Oden now has feats on the level of Kaido, which is above your character generally. So unless you can specifically scale Doflamingo above Kaido, that means my character would have better feats than yours and would beat him. Speed, AP wise, etc.
Right. So I don't know about that one, buddy. So for the judge, sorry, real quick. Sage, you there real quick?
Yeah, I'm here.
I know we're short on time. One of the things, do you remember that I agreed initially that it would be that version of Kaido? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm going to point out a feasible discrepancy that is not rat whatsoever. I need help finding the scan. So if someone has a scan, please send. It is a knowledge claim from Garp in One Piece, obviously. What he says that the Yonko are growing ever stronger. It is when the God government becomes wary of the Yonko alliance that's being formed in Wano, right?
I've seen Steven use that scan, so we'll just
somebody
assume
was like, "What the fuck is his name?"
Hold up, can I clarify one
what
thing?
the fuck is his name? Oh, Kizaru, right? Kizaru and Sakazuki, right? They were like, "Hey, like,
yeah,
what's up with that?" And Kizaru was like, "Want me to take care of that shit?" And then Nakane's like, "Nah, bro, we got to like be wary, bro." They're like fit hacks, but like Ryuma or some shit, right? And then anyway, so we need to consider there's a statement from the Marines, right? Yeah, then the author, we already went over that. The author writes the bullshit. I already conceded and lost to that point, right? So it just should follow that we should take these types of statements into consideration, right? And with that in mind,
I'm not understanding
basically,
what you're saying.
what's it called? So I'm just
I don't
flashing to get it
understand
out.
your argument. Like that, your like troll
Yeah,
accent
so
is like
it
fucking up.
just states that
you're kind of all over the place. Try to truncate it because
Then
you're
turn that
over 30
accent. I
seconds.
can't understand him. Turn that accent off, bitch.
Okay, right. So this accent's a little more fluid. It's a little bit more easy to understand. So we're gonna switch back to this one. What I'm saying there, right, is the government
You are
states that it's
genuinely
growing
not real,
stronger,
bro.
right? The government states that Kaido's growing stronger. So there's a probability to be had there that leads credence towards. I'm looking for the scan, mate. I'm trying to see if someone has it. Oh, there we go. Wait, no, they're saying it. This is when they're talking about. No, that's not it. That's not it, Doomfister. It's around there though. It's not it though. It's like it's a claim. They say that it's when they're talking about the alliance, and they say that the alliance is getting stronger. I have to look for my fucking camera.
Wait, I don't. This isn't. Okay, I mean, I can tell you why this doesn't matter, but okay.
Well, why doesn't it matter? Do you know? We could progress the debate that way.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't have to ask 3 questions when you mean 1. Wait, so it matters, or sorry, it doesn't matter in this instance because I'm scaling off of Kaido's own ability to currently scale himself. He's saying that the current scabbards don't scale to Oden, right? That's his own statement, okay? So that means that the current Kaido is saying this, meaning however much you want to backscale him doesn't matter, right? I'm not basing it off only some backscale or back statement, right? I'm basing it off current Kaido's statement and assessment of the scabbards in comparison to Oden.
You're saying that no, what you got through was that they don't necessarily have the same level of attack potency as Odin. That's what you got through. You can ask the judge if you want clarification.
If they
Right,
don't
so that
have
has
that
nothing to
attack
do with
potency,
their
but can
reaction
okay, you're
speed,
not.
their attack speed, their skill, their hacks. There's nothing to do with any of that. So you wouldn't necessarily beat someone in a fight because you have more AP. Or would you believe that to fucking be
Okay,
true?
wait, so
Like, are
you
fucking
agree that his AP is on Kaido's level then?
No, I didn't.
Huh?
Well, no, didn't. Well, no, Sage, what we agreed to, right, was the point that I lost or whatever was that whether or not the scabbard
No, I'm
actually
saying
were above
currently.
Odin or not, right? And then we also